Happy Sunday. It's Miss Tanya coming on live with you this morning to talk about holistic scalp detoxing. I want to go over so much with you this morning, so make sure you go and grab you some artesian water, which is H3O, because you know we ain't drinking spring water around here. We drink Rocky Mountain water around here. And we're drinking half our body weight in ounces as well. So get you some water and get in here. Get your questions ready for me because we're diving deep this morning. And I'm going to help us try, at least, help us to understand what's going on with our scalps. Now, I already know and understand that beauty school, some people try to tell me, oh, I got scalp training in beauty school. No, you did not. Yes, it's in the book, but you didn't get trained on how to service the scalp. You didn't get trained on how to tell the differences between dandruff and psoriasis and dermatitis. You didn't get trained on how to get it off. So I now know why the majority of the world is skipping over their scalps. So it is my duty to help us to understand what we're doing when we choose to shampoo our hair and not detox the scalp. And quite frankly, we're going to dive deep about this because we need to start educating ourselves and gaining this crucial and essential information. So, scratching your scalp, exfoliating it, detoxing it, that all means the same thing. It's just like brushing your teeth, everyone. And I already know that there's a lot of individuals in the world today that do not brush their teeth every day. I now know there's a lot of individuals in the world that are just going straight to the shampoo bowl and they're not doing anything to the scalp except adding oil. So we're going to talk about that as well. I finally did the research and it makes sense. But just like most things in the world, people do and say things without really explaining why they're doing it. So we're going to talk about what oil does when you add it to the scalp. It's not always a bad thing, and oil does actually help something, which is the itching. But we're going to talk about which kind of oils you should be using and also where you should be putting that oil and when you should be applying that oil. Because a lot of individuals are applying oils to their hair. Hello, Kumar. I'm well. I'm loving you. I love you. And happy Sunday. We're talking about our scalp care. Do you detox your scalp or do you skip over it and just shampoo it? Because a lot of individuals have been brainwashed to believe, and that's not a bad thing. That just means that you've been marketed. You know, marketing is convincing somebody of something that is not really what it is. So you've been marketed to believe that shampoos detox your scalp. And we're going to talk about that because holistics is all about looking at the whole. It has nothing to do with being natural. It has everything to do with researching and finding out the truth about things, right? So when it comes to shampooing only and just with your fingers, because I'm sure a lot of you just do this to your head, right? Okay, that's doing nothing in terms of cleansing to your scalp. Doing this to your head would be just like doing this to your body. Nobody gets in the shower, and we actually take a bath every day, and we know our hands are not enough to cleanse with. We use cloths, we use scrubs, we use sponges, some type of exfoliation, my people. Then get off my live, people. And be careful because you can't talk any old kind of way to me in my live. If you get smart again and you're being disruptive, distracting, or rude, people, you're gonna get removed from my live. So remove yourself if you're one of those mindsets that loves to be distracting and disruptive. I know there's people in the world that like being like that, but you can't be like that in here or you're gonna get removed. So be careful with what your thumbs do on here, okay? Because I would like for you to stay so you can get educated about your scalp because you're not detoxing your scalp. So you have scalp buildup and you need to listen and pay attention. All right. Hold up, y'all. Let me clean house real quick because I'm already not liking people. So bye bye, people. I'm going bald. Uh-oh. Hell, hold on. I'm going bald, but I'm just picking on females. You're not the only one going bald. There's quite a few individuals going bald, and a lot of that has to do with your scalp is not being exfoliated, you are not increasing your blood flow, and you're not removing your sweat buildup. And a lot of individuals don't even realize they have scalp buildup until they come see me. I do a consultation. And one of the many questions in my consultation that I ask clients before they come into my suite is, do you notice any flaking or itching? And do you know how many individuals tell me no? I'm sure people was one of those people that would have told me, oh no, I don't have any scalp buildup. Those are the individuals that are usually adding a lot of oil to their scalps. So of course, you're not going to see your buildup because oil disguises your buildup. And that's crazy because that oil is tricking people left and right into believing that their scalp is clean when they got all kind of buildup on the scalp. But these individuals that tell me they don't have any flakes on their scalp, when they come into me, my holistic scalp analysis shows something completely different, and they have a Denver snowstorm coming about their heads. So I now realize that a lot of you are extremely uneducated about your own bodies. Do you know how many women try to convince me, they try to market me and tell me that they don't sweat in their heads? When I was uneducated and didn't have the knowledge, I actually believed women when they would say, oh, I don't sweat in my head. That's impossible. That's like telling me you don't fart. You would like to not fart, but everyone farts. Just like every living human, whether you're a man, woman, or child, sweats in your head. And you sweat in your head more than you sweat any other place of your body. And if you're like me, I don't wash my hair every day. I'm a confident woman to admit that. So I know this ain't enough because it's not enough when we cleanse our bodies. So, good morning, everyone. Get in here because we talking scalp care. Good morning, London, and get it. Oh, I got somebody else to remove. I don't know what's wrong with people, but you will get removed. I know a lot of people that entertain and ignore disruptive people. I don't. I love to address a disruptive person because I like to remove you. So anybody else want to get jiggy with your thumbs, you're going to get removed if you're being. Yes, you do need exfoliation. Are you the only person that does not need exfoliation is someone that's dead. But if you're a living human being, you need exfoliation all over your body. And who told you you don't need exfoliation? Um, I struggle sometimes with this YouTube channel because there's so many dehydrated individuals, and I can tell that Tredvonsky, you're dehydrated. You're not drinking enough water because I can tell the way your pineal gland is functioning this morning. Now, understand also, everyone, I'm a highly educated individual, so 9 times out of 10, if you try to challenge me, I'm gonna get you with knowledge, and I'm gonna make you look a little stupid because some people think they know what they're talking about until they get into my presence. But then I am gonna kind of try to correct you because I'm a real educator, and I'm gonna try to do it nicely without being triggered because I want you to learn too. I want those dehydrated individuals on here that's watching and listening to me. I need you to obtain your clarity so that you're not saying things like, I don't need exfoliation. That's like saying you don't need any oxygen. Yes, you do. Exfoliation is essential, and every living human being needs to exfoliate their body, including their scalps, prior to shampooing, because we have not been educated on scalp care. We've all been marketed to believe that shampoo detoxes the scalp. That's not true. And the only people that under or believe that are uneducated individuals are going to be like, ooh, let me go get a shampoo. This is going to detox my scalp buildup. It can't. It's impossible for shampoo only to detox your scalp. Shampoo don't increase your blood flow. Shampoo does not remove anything, not anything, doesn't remove all your buildup from your scalp. So we're going to talk about all this morning. No, Exilo, I already have my moderators, but thanks for offering. Did you subscribe and join, though? Good morning, SNO. I'm waiting on a lot of my tribe members to get in here. So if you have any questions about hair loss, you're losing your hair because you're not detoxing your scalp. And if you have any questions about hair growth, you don't need a pill or growth serum because your hair grows anyway. And if you have any questions about hair care in general, this live is for you. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. All right. Do you have any off the shelf recommendations to mitigating plaque psoriasis? Yes. Yes. Midnight. I need you to subscribe. So, yes, I do have recommendations. You need to get your scalp detoxed. Um, I am finally offering trainings. I'm now prepared to train individuals on how to properly detox the scalp because there's so many individuals that are, I think they're trying, I've inspired them to copy me, but I'm watching them use the wrong tools. They're not using the proper process. They're not probably using the proper pressure because all of this matters. And a lot of individuals are trying to do things that they haven't been trained on. And that's usually why you're struggling and you're not as successful as I am because I've been trained, by my mother. But plaque psoriasis, usually, let's talk about what the difference is between dandruff, psoriasis, and dermatitis, because I've done that research, because I used to think they were all the same, but they're not. My hair is getting so full now that I am consistently exfoliating my scalp. I haven't had this much hair on my head in a very long time. So my own approach is working to restore the fullness of my hair, and I don't have to take a biotin pill, and I don't have to smear growth serum across my scalp no more. I don't have to use conditioner. I don't have to use protein. I don't have to use a relaxer no more. I'm living a hair heaven. And I woke up like this. My hair used to look crazy in the mornings. Now it's all manageable. Look at that. I could never do this and go straight through. My fingers used to get caught all day long in my hair. But now that I've found an approach that's working, my hair is thriving, it's healthy. And I know that that's not a lot of individuals today in the world because I got so many clients booking with me that are struggling. So let's get back to this plaque psoriasis. So, plaque psoriasis means that that's an excessive area of buildup. Means you got a lot of buildup in that area. And the reason they call it plaque is because you probably are living in a dry climate that possesses less than 70% moisture in the air. When you live in a climate that possesses less than 70% moisture in the air, your sweat excretions is drying. And in fact, you know this because you itch. And everybody is not, I don't think, ready to admit this, but if you're itching, you got sweat buildup in that area that you're itching at because that's God, that's God telling you need to get your butt in there and wash your hair. But we're so used to just ignoring our heads that we just start scratching. Well, guess what? Scratching causes sores. I have up-teen videos and photos that I have to show my clients the injuries that they're causing when they're choosing to scratch with their fingernails. I come with a holistic alternative solution that tells them or helps them to eliminate using their fingernails. But plaque psoriasis comes from excessive sweating that has settled into one of the dips of your head. I did the research and had to realize that nobody's human head is completely evenly round and smooth like a bowling ball. We all have humps and dumps and crevices of the human head that allows our sweat to run into and collect. Now, the reason you have psoriasis is because you have not seen me and you've been ignoring the detoxing and you've only been shampooing. So, shampooing doesn't get it off because everybody that has psoriasis, dandruff, or seborrheic dermatitis, you wash your hair, right? Ain't nobody just not washing their hair. So we all know shampoo is not working, because if shampoo was working, nobody would have dandruff, dermatitis, or psoriasis, right? So we clearly need to do something else nowadays, because what has changed, everyone, is the climate outside. Are y'all not paying attention to how much drier your environments are becoming? Or am I the only one that researches climate? Because climate does actually determine what your hair and your scalp is going to do. Like my people down in Florida, they really don't see flakes. I don't see flakes in Georgia in the summer either. Now I know why. And that is because they have so much water in the air that their sweat is unable to turn to a solid. Here in Denver, we stay under 30% moisture in our air. So everything is drying. The lotion is drying, the conditioner is drying, oils is drying. Your sweat buildup is drying here in Denver. So that causes a buildup and a collection, and that's when they call it psoriasis. Dandruff is real easy to get up. That's all that easy flakes that just pops up. But a lot of individuals that come into my private practice here in Denver have a much more severe condition, and that's when we get into what's called psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, and seborrheic dermatitis. These two conditions have been on the scalp for quite some time, and stylists have just been adding oil to it. That's really what causes seborrheic dermatitis, is the addition of oil mixed in with dandruff. I had to realize that, and I don't think a lot of women are understanding the dangers that they're causing themselves by adding oil, and you know you have scalp buildup. Now, it's a different thing to add oil when your scalp is completely detoxed and you've removed all your buildup. But to add oil to scalp sweat is the worst thing you can do to your scalp. And if you're doing that, you're causing yourself excessive hair loss, because the sweat alone causes your hair to slough off your head. And if you're adding oil to buildup, you're making it a thicker solution, and much, much, much more dangerous, because that is an additional chemical that you're mixing in. And I know a lot of you are not thinking that way, like, whoa, I didn't realize that I was making my scalp worse by adding oil, because we all excrete an oil naturally. So why are we adding the commercial oils to ourselves if you have a sebaceous gland yourself? God gave us all a sebaceous gland. So why are we adding commercial oils to the head? Especially when you see that your scalp is white. And listen, that's not dry skin. So many have been brainwashed to believe that what you're living and you have dry skin. That's impossible. You can have what's called um, you can have dead skin, but you can't have dry skin, not while you're living. Because dry skin, you can't pinch dry skin. So if you go into your head and you can pinch your head, you don't have dry skin. Okay. So let me move on, because I think I've got y'all's attention now. Hi, Eric. What's up, baby? Jesus, some of y'all just ain't got nothing to do. Oh, you don't have dry skin. I want y'all to stop misspeaking. Y'all are causing so much confusion in the world, because you all are clearly, or you, Eric, are uneducated because you think you have dry skin. You can't have dry skin, my love, while you're living. Has anyone truly ever taken the time to educate you like I'm doing this morning, on this Sunday morning? Because I can tell you've been brainwashed to believe that you have dry skin, my love. You don't have dry skin. When it turns ashy, you got chemicals on you. That's what that look is, because dry skin is brown. It turns dark. Let me try to find some dry skin. Let me see. Do you see this area right there? No, that's not a good. I don't have any dark areas on my. Um. Um. Let me think about that. But no, I don't speak Spanish, Eric. Can you say it in Spanish? And what is? Oh, Eric. I'm almost about to remove you, so I need you to slow down, okay? Because you are, why would you ask me if I could say something in Spanish? What be wrong with y'all? What makes y'all ask the questions y'all ask? Y'all be confusing me. Um, Eric, why would you ask me if I can say that in Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? Hi, man. Do you speak Spanish, Eric? Typing in English? I don't understand why you would ask me, can I say that in Spanish? So now that all attention is on you, answer the question. Why would you ask me if I can say that in Spanish? Hmm? Are you dehydrated? Huh? You're acting like you don't drink enough water, Eric. And I would like to help you with that as well. And it looks like you've been brainwashed to believe that your skin is dry, so you really need my help. So I hope that you calm down and just listen and subscribe, because I definitely see I can definitely help you, because you are going through life with the wrong brain. And I need to redirect your mindset, okay? Um, Greetings and good morning, Deanna. I'm in Denver, Colorado, the land of hair loss. Unless you're in my chair, because the only people that are thriving and hair is growing are the individuals in my chair. Everybody else here. I'm talking to women, I'm talking to children. Teenagers are losing their hair here in Denver. I'm talking to old women are losing their hair. And listen, this is something that a woman ain't getting up and posting about on her Facebook or her TikTok, because everybody's acting like all that hair loss is normal. But now I'm here to talk about it, because I also realize, like this Mr. and Mrs. Eric on here, that you're lacking knowledge, and so therefore you're messing up left and right, and you're probably losing your hair too. So it is time to listen up and to really consider taking on a holistic approach, because the traditional treatments for your scalp has a lot of individuals struggling. Listen, dermatologists are really doing us a disservice, especially women of color, because they're still following the same what is called treatment plan that they were doing on white people years ago. And the truth of all of this is that back in the day, people of color just didn't have enough money to be going to a dermatologist. Now that we get in this money, we can afford to go and access these types of resources, which is a dermatologist. And we all are finding out dermatologists are not helping at all, because what you do is you go into a dermatologist's office, they don't even touch you. I'm gonna say it again, a dermatologist ain't even touching you. They're gonna sit there and listen to you complain about your scalp conditions and your scalp challenges. Then they're gonna subscribe you some type of topical treatment, whether it's a cream, an ointment, or that shampoo that they subscribe everyone. They're not doing nothing for you. Do we understand that? Can we talk about that? Does everyone understand that when you go to a dermatologist, they don't touch your scalp? How is that helping us? And what they do is they prescribe you something and tell you to go home and deal with your scalp yourself, and then come back to me in 3 weeks and let me see how you did at home. The heck? And that shampoo does nothing for the scalp. It only detoxes and clarifies the hair. And once somebody of color with textured hair uses that shampoo, you know your hair is tore up. Meaning, let's dive deeper. It's super stiff, because that clarifying shampoo got 3 alcohols in it, not just one. It's got 3 different alcohols in it. My God. And then you're not post-treating with my water beauty solution. So in addition to your hair being hardly harshly clarified like that, you're not post-treating the tap water. Now you got metals on your hair. So of course your hair is going to continue to fall out. Because guess what? One thing that the research proves is that dermatologists have zero hair knowledge. And guess what? Most women are not going to see a dermatologist because they have flakes. That's not why they're in the dermatologist office. Most individuals are booking with a dermatologist because they're having hair loss. So back to the origin of what these dermatologists are not doing. So again, and then they tell you to use that shampoo 3 times a week. What woman of color is going to go home and shampoo her hair 3 times a week? Right? So dermatologists don't understand that they're getting paid all that money to do nothing. thing for us. I know, Tina. I did the research. I'm holistic. I've researched so many different areas of life. It's almost ridiculous. And now I have found out the truth. And we have all been brainwashed to a tilt. Like, it's ridiculous how hard we've been brainwashed to believe things that are not true. So no wonder we're struggling. And they got us right where they want us. That's why I decided to start going public about all this knowledge. And it's hard because so many have been brainwashed to believe that shampoo detoxes your scalp, and it doesn't. Shampoo only cleans your hair. You have to go in your scalp with a very fine and a very sharp. I'm starting to show and prove this to my clients that all these rat tails are not the same. And once I do what I do in my training, they're all like, oh my God, Tanya, there is a difference. And I'm like, I know, we got to slow down and start drinking more water, stop smelling the coffee and drink more water. Because they're having a great time brainwashing and distracting us to believe things that are not true. Because we're going to talk about the trichologists too, because they're not helping like they think they are as well either. Because I almost wasted a bunch of my money and time to go in and register for the University of Trichology in New York. But see, I'm holistic, so I'm not afraid to ask questions and research what I'm getting into. So of course, I wanted to talk to a counselor about the curriculum of the trichology program. And then I find out, wait. Y'all don't teach how to get it off either? Hmm. All you are going to teach me how to do is identify. Well, ain't that what the dermatologists do? You guys are going to teach me how to use a device to look at it up close. Well, I train how to just use your cell phone. You don't even have to go and spend all them hundreds of dollars because that little device is expensive. You just use your cell phone and zoom in 10 times and look at the scalp up close and show the client. But the trichologists ain't getting it off either. They're into distracting your mindset about what you're eating. I don't care if you stop eating, you still gonna sweat in your head because eating does not make you sweat. You sweat because you're getting hot. Sweating ain't got nothing to do with what you eat. But I know that's the lingo that trichologists talk about, which is fine. We can talk about what we eat, but you still haven't gotten the buildup off the scalp. So that's when I realized, I hung all them white jackets up because I don't want to be a trichologist. I want to be a holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner that actually gets the buildup off the scalp. This is not only feeling amazing to my participants in my private practice, but I got this new growth going on that I didn't know about when I first started doing this. The research now proves that when we remove this buildup and we're exfoliating and increasing the blood flow, I'm seeing we're all experiencing new growth and this tremendous lack of hair loss that we've never experienced before. And I mean, I don't know if y'all been following me, but my hair is growing. Now that I'm detoxing my scalp, and I get mine done every week because I ain't going no 14 days like my clients do because some of my clients are a little stagnant and I don't want to be stagnant. I'm loving all of this extra growth that I am gaining without taking a pill and without smearing a growth serum across my scalp. And I don't have to do a protective style no more or a relaxer. I don't do no protein or no keratin because I swear some stylists swear that if you're suffering hair loss, you need a protein treatment. That's not why you're shedding. You got scalp buildup on your scalp, and that's why you're having hair loss. You know what I'm saying? So let me review. Good morning, everybody. Beauty for Ashes, the podcast. I can't wait. I'm looking for a podcast that will dare put me on. I'm also looking for some dermatologists that might want to partner with me because I need a job, y'all. I'm 32 years in behind the chair and I need a job. So if y'all know anybody that's looking for somebody to do some amazing work that actually works on their scalp care, you know what I'm saying? They say they got this new song about me now because I say cool because whatever team I'm on, you gonna win because I'm good like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that scalp buildup off and I'm gonna show you in real time how I'm getting it off. And I love to show clients how shampoo don't get it off. I love clients to come in and be like, I don't need my scalp done. I'd be like, okay. Great, because I make sure that I do a video to show you that you got scalp buildup, but I don't say nothing because so many clients think they know everything. So I take them straight to the bowl without detoxing first, and I do 3 shampoos, and I use a scalp brush in my practice. I don't use no fingers like you do on a mannequin. I actually use a brush. And I don't shampoo nobody only 2 times. That's how many times you shampoo a mannequin. I make sure that I thoroughly cleanse and get the signal for clean hair when I shampoo my clients. And then I'm post treating our tap water because we got some nasty tap water here in Denver. So many individuals are not paying attention to what the tap water is doing or not doing. So I post treat it, you feel me? But more importantly, once I get the client dry, and I start parting through the scalp. Oh, I love getting out my camera, and we're going to go back into the scalp because I love showing the individual who thinks she don't need her scalp detox, look how much stuff you got on your scalp. And I love telling them, you're paying me to leave with a dirty scalp. And that hits hard. It really does. Like, dang, I didn't know. I'm like, I know, but I've been telling you for years that you need to detox your scalp, but yet you still come in and you want to skip over your scalp. And that's why you're suffering excessive hair loss, because you're not removing that salt buildup that's in the sweat that we excrete. That's what turns to a solid, and that's what causes you to itch. That's what causes your hair to slough away. And look, we're going to talk about it because there's different types. I saved this strand for y'all. There's different types of hair loss. So you have to determine, is your breakage short strands, or are you losing these long strands? Because if you losing these long strands, oh, you need your scalp detox. You got scalp buildup. Period. And if you're not detoxing your scalp, you're going to keep losing those hairs, and you're not lizards. So you just, when you lose a strand, your next hair don't go and grow back as long as the strand was that you lost. You're going to be at a loss, and you're going to end up with thin edges or a thin balding top or no hair in the back. One of the three. So let me get back to these comments because y'all are getting at me now because I think you all realize, uh-oh, this girl knows something, huh? She must know a little something, huh? So good morning, Shouty. Good morning, Deanna. Um, I'm gonna ignore Eric because that's what you have to do to disruptive people. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like bullies. Sometimes you gotta punch a bully in their face to get them to calm down. And when you're dealing with disruptive people, all you gotta do is ignore them. I am a holistic mental wellness facilitator, so I do know how to work with people's sick mindsets. And I know how to distract them and redirect them. 2 visits, gloved up, never touched, and told not reversible. Okay, Shardy, I don't know what you're saying. Yes, that's exactly what happened to me. Oh, Tina. Tina, welcome, my love. Good morning, Miss Roslyn. Deanna, when I suggest someone visit the dermatologist, I tell them to ask for a scalp analysis scrape. Deanna, girl, you sending them on a wild goose chase because don't know dermatologists do nothing to the scalp. They don't scrape it. They don't even look at it. They don't analyze the scalp. Who told you that? Who told you that dermatologists do all that? They don't do nothing but just sit and listen to you, and then they write a little piece of paper, a note on a piece of paper, and send your butt down to the pharmacy. And then the pharmacist gonna throw you a bottle of shampoo and be like, "Good luck, girl. Go home and use this 3 times a day. I mean, 3 times a week." Then you're gonna go home. You ain't post-treating the tap water. They didn't educate you on what the tap water is doing to your hair. They did not even tell you that there was 3 alcohols in the shampoo and how hard and stiff and brittle it's gonna make your hair if you use it, especially if you got wavy hair. They don't tell you none of that. And then the client goes home, nothing has been done to the scalp because the client now has been brainwashed to think that all they got to do is ignore the scalp, skip over it, and just use shampoo. So the client then realizes that their scalp condition is actually getting worse while they're trying to see the dermatologist. So Deanna, you done sent them on a wild goose chase because they did not get any help, nor analysis, nor scraping from the dermatologist. Do you have any products for pubic hair? It's called soap. What if? Here's another mindset that I need to work with. Do you have any products for pubic hair? Yeah, my water, since you want to be so smart. My water beauty solution, because I got an answer for every question. This is what you need to be putting on your little coochie hairs or your or your shaboing boing hairs, pubic hairs. This will make them soft because it's that tap water doing that to your little pubic hairs. Don't y'all know what's in the tap water, or y'all haven't researched the tap water like I have? Oh, because beauty school didn't go over that either. Isn't that messed up? That there's all these licensed professionals out here in the world today that know nothing about the tap water. They think they do, but they don't until they talk to me. That think a filter is removing something out the water. That's sad because the tap water is the primary tool that we use in the hair and skin and nail industry, yet no nail tech has water knowledge, no esthetician has water knowledge, and no licensed hairstylist has water knowledge. That's scary. That's like putting a carpenter through carpentry school and you're not going to educate them about carpet. You just going to teach them about vinyl. That's what beauty school did to us. Have us using all the tap water, but they didn't say nothing to us about the tap water and how hard it is and all the stuff that's in it and how it don't be rinsing all the bleach off our hair, how it can't remove all of the protein, keratin, Brazilian blowout or relaxers. Some people wonder why they lose so much hair after a relaxer and after a bleach job. It's the tap water. It can't remove all traces from it. And if you're not knowing this, you're going to keep using bleach thinking that the tap water is removing all traces when it's impossible. I don't care how many times you shampoo the hair, it can't remove all traces of the bleach because all you got to depend on is the tap water. You got to use the tap water before you use the soap or the shampoo. And the tap water is supposed to rinse most of that out. But we don't understand the fact that the tap water ain't hardly rinsing nothing out. And then you just added all these 30 chemicals that are inside of bottles of shampoo, because I'm sure you all don't look at shampoo as a chemical product, but shampoo is a chemical product. And they're all dangerous. Ain't no such thing as a safe shampoo. They all got acid in it. They all got chlorine in it. They all got salt in it. Acid is a carcinogenic chemical, so is chlorine. You can't avoid these harsh, toxic chemicals if you are using a shampoo. So back to what I was saying about the tap water. We got a problem, yeah. And I got the knowledge and I'm prepared to mentor anyone. Did y'all know my mentorship packages have dropped? I don't have to mentor you on business. That's just my strongest area and where I have the most knowledge at. But I also have hydration knowledge. I am a hydration expert. I'm also a hair loss expert. And these areas may be an area you want to be mentored in. If that's you, head to my link in the description and book yourself a consultation. I take consultations now on Mondays from 8 to 5, where I'll then have a conversation with you and determine where is it in life that I really can help you with. Where are you having your most struggles? Most people are struggling with their businesses, but some individuals are struggling with their hair as well. Some are struggling with their scalps. Some are struggling with their kids. I can help you with anything in life because I am holistic. Some people don't understand what that means. I've done research in a lot of areas to just help us swim through these waters, to help us not be so doggone confused. Because that's why I love getting on this YouTube channel because it exposes just how many people are lacking the knowledge that I possess. So I now realize how helpful, how much more helpful I'm realizing God needs me to be. So let's keep moving on because what if is a little different. Asking me about pubic hair on Sunday. I can tell a lot of y'all ain't drinking enough water because that's what makes your brain operate like that. You know what I'm saying? But eat a Carolina Reaper pepper and tell me otherwise. What if is a little different? Beauty for Ashes. Ah, welcome, Beauty for Ashes, the podcast. Beauty for Ashes. What does that mean? Beauty for Ashes? I would love to talk to you and pick your brain. Um, And what kind of podcast? Because a lot of people say they got a podcast, but don't really got a podcast. So, do you got one of them real podcasts or do you got a fake podcast? And don't get mad at me for asking because there are fake podcasts out here, the type of podcasts where they really ain't got no studio, you know what I'm saying? And they just be on a camera on their cell phone just talking about stuff. That's not a real podcast, you know what I'm saying? You got to get the equipment and you got to have people on with you. That's what a podcast is all about, right? Having guests. So if anybody wants a real educated and knowledgeable yet fun guest on your podcast, holla. Fly me out, sure, because you gonna have the best podcast with me on it. Yes, Lord, amen. It's time for my hair to grow, grow, grow. Okay, we got to talk about it because first and foremost, this is another area that I don't think we understand because a lot of clients be thinking that healthy hair is like a wish and a prayer. Like you can be like, hey, dear Lord, I need you to make my hair healthy today, dear Lord, without me doing nothing to it. I want to keep not washing it and I want to keep not trimming my ends and I want to keep not detoxing my scalp, dear Lord, but I want my hair to grow. That's not how this goes. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to help you. Beauty for Ashes, the podcast, because I'm helping everybody else's hair grow. My own hair is growing. I just cut my hair pretty short in November. Look, you couldn't even see this part. This wasn't all like this. It, I had less hair and it was short. You couldn't, it was kind of looking like that when I first cut it. That's how my videos was looking. And now it's like, bam! All this hair done grew up out my head. Man, and I'm keeping my blunt bob because I really don't want to get any longer and I'm loving the fullness. Look, I don't want no long hair. There's a lot of people rocking thin long hair. That's not what's up. That looks horrible. Ain't got no edges. I had somebody the other day, she sent me a photo and she pulled just an area of her hair way down here, but she has no edges and it's thin. So it's like, yes, you suffered hair loss. You done suffered a gang of hair loss. Because some people tend to do that. They be like, oh, my hair is long because just this strand right here is long when all the other strands is short. So I definitely can help anybody grow their hair because I'm realizing that the individuals that are suffering the most hair loss, because growth ain't nobody's problem, are the ones that aren't doing anything to their scalps and they're going too long without washing. They're using a moisture shampoo only. Then they're using conditioner. Then you're letting tap water dry in your hair. That's right there gonna make your hair fall out, y'all. So you gotta follow a holistic approach if you really want your hair to grow. Moving on. I would love to buy your products and show it on the channel. Oh, you can head to the link in the description. It is my full link where I offer everything I sell. So you'll find my services. You're going to find my bomb hydration treatment. This is a treatment and it's a hydration treatment. This is a holy water. This ain't no tap water or store-bought water. I promise you that. This water has been tested and approved by the Parker Water and Sanitation District. I got paperwork on my product. So it works. And it's shocking people up off they out they filthy draws because so many people are brainwashed to think water don't do nothing. Oh, water don't work. Water don't do nothing. Look, I got a stylist in my building. She messed around because look, her clients be booking with me. She might want to wonder, how do I know what she's saying about me when her and I don't talk? But her clients, because she be in there promoting my business, talking about it's some bullshit. She do some shit with some water, some bullshit with water. Well, guess what? Your client came and booked with me to see about that bullshit, and now you lost her because now she don't want to go back to your shit, which is conditioner, the same thing that we've been doing for 20, 35 years. Shampoo, condition, sit you under the dryer, which ain't doing nothing. You wasting a bunch of time. And I can break all of that down for us, how that is actually dangerous and backwards practice to put a plastic baggie on your hair and put some conditioner on it and sit under some heat. We clearly haven't read the ingredient list of the conditioner because if we did, we wouldn't be doing that with it. So this is one of my products. This is my bomb hydration treatment because it works. It softens anything. It's going to soften your skin. It softens your nails. It softens your earwax. It softens your hair. It softens a lot of things. And then I got my bomb holistic body cream. That's right. That this here has been formulated with my water. Ain't no tap water, distilled water in my products because my products are holistic. I'm not afraid to buy and use higher end and cleaner products. Most people want to be cheap and lazy and just use tap water or distilled water. Both of those waters are contaminated. So I use my water in my formulations of my products, which I did do with my holistic body cream. These are $26 a jar. This is an 8-ounce jar. It's going to last you for months. This here is my 16-ounce size. That is actually enough product for 8 shampoos. Man, and everyone's going to be intrigued because I got so much knowledge. It's almost ridiculous. And when I speak, people just, I purposely be popping off. But when I speak, people be like, that's true. Dermatologists and trichologists don't be getting nothing off the scalp. They just kind of show you what you got, but they really don't get nothing off. That's a problem. All righty, she said, I would love to buy your products and show it on the channel. I would love for you to do so as well. I dreamed years ago that my hair was thick, had body, and I was able to shake, shake, shake. Yes, Lord, I'm ready. I got you. I want to help you. I want to help because it's not everybody, ladies. Most everybody is like, I don't care. I'm just going to braid my hair. I don't care about my hair. I'm just going to cover it up with some K-tips or some extensions or some clip-ins or something. And clearly, we all know anybody doing that to their hair is struggling. I did the research now. I've asked individuals, why are you braiding your hair? And the answer to that is because I can't keep it manageable. It sheds all over the place if it's out. And what else do they say? They can't keep it healthy, so they braid it. I didn't know that. I never knew the why are so many grown women braiding their hair? Why are so many women covering up their hair with wigs and extensions? That's because they're struggling with their own hair. Because a woman not struggling with her own hair ain't braiding it and I know now. I got the knowledge now. I know exactly why things are occurring. I know why individuals are struggling with their scalps. I know why individuals are struggling with hair growth. I know why individuals are struggling with hair loss. I know why individuals got psoriasis, plaque psoriasis. I know why individuals have seborrheic dermatitis. This knowledge has set me free, everyone. I see all kind of salons shutting down. Like we got all kind of empty rooms in our building now. I'm still cracking. I'm still popping. Me and Miss Wani, that's next door to me, we're booked every day, all day. And it has a lot to do with your quality. Some individuals think that they can just do something without practicing or being trained. And then I think they think that they're giving a good result. Your books clearly show what level of result you're giving clients, because when you're not giving a high-end client result, the client's going to chair hop on you. Any woman paying for a service that feels she ain't happy or feels that she did not get a good service, a high-end result, she ain't coming back to you. She gonna move around. And this is something I don't think stylists are understanding or taking the time to research to ask the why didn't you come back? Hey, client, I haven't seen you in 3 months. Most stylists only want to call a client to tell them that you got openings. That's not what you should be having a conversation with that client. You need to be asking that client, was there anything that I could have done better? Because they clearly haven't gone back. I don't have to call my clients to come book. They booking, right? So if you're having to call a client to advise the client that you got openings or to figure out, you should be asking that individual, was there something that I did wrong? Was there anything that I could have done better to bring you back? Because there's a reason that client didn't come back. And to assume is making an ass out of you and me. So you got to ask, So I'm ready to help. I'm ready to help anybody. Describing my visit. Oh, Shorty, I done been to the dermatologist myself, so I know exactly what they do and say. And then I had a client let me go with her as her sister. Now, this was really cool because the dermatologist had no idea who he was in the presence of and did not know. Because, a lot of people look at the color of my skin and they expect me to be stupid and they expect me to be uneducated. This is the problem I'm having in my community because, I used to be amongst in these streets and I used to, like to put these paws on people. So they're wondering, how did Tanya become so educated? How did Tanya end up with all these clients? How did Tanya end up running a business for 17 years? How did Tanya end up with her own product and it's a water. How did she end up with chemistry knowledge? How did Tanya end up studying? How she got so much climate knowledge? I get it. I get it now because we're not supposed to be educated. Only, I guess, what, white people are supposed to be the only ones coming with a water that we trust. But if it's a brown skinned woman, oh, that's snake oil. Oh, she must bottle some tap water. That's so sad because those individuals got frizzy hair and either have to braid it or they walking around looking like a child with poofy rabbit tails in their heads. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very aware of what the dermatologists do, and I'm very aware of what these trichologists are doing too. I tried to be one. But I got 4 white jackets in my closet. I'm not wearing those because I'm much more than a trichologist because I get the buildup off. Trichologists, I don't think they understand that they're still not really truly helping us. You know what I'm saying? By just showing us the scalp buildup, and then what, you gonna leave it there and just take me to the bowl and shampoo me like we've been doing all these years? You're not gonna get it off? Dang, I paid all this extra money to come see you. Because I know people charging 160 and 180 for chemical treatments and ain't doing nothing to the scalp. I only charge 185, y'all. And I do your scalp. I'm getting the buildup off and I show each individual, not just how much they have. Because again, that individual said no, they didn't have any flakes. So I'm going to show you. I make sure I'm going to show you what's going on with your scalp. And then I'm going to show you that I'm getting it off. And then I'm going to show you what your scalp is supposed to look like. Because a lot of individuals don't really understand what a healthy, clean scalp is supposed to look like. There is a certain scenario and visual that you'll get. So yeah, I know real firsthand what these dermatologists be doing. And I also know what these trichologists is doing. And I also know what a holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner is doing. And guess what? I'm the only one in the world. That's why I decided to launch my training because I am trying to find other stylists and I can't find nobody. I thought I found one here, but individuals seem to be scared of new knowledge. And that's crazy because if they dropped another chemical, if they came out with a gasoline treatment, everybody's going to go run and invest into the gasoline treatment and start using gasoline. But you're afraid to remove and detox and exfoliate. I don't know what's wrong with the individuals behind the chair today, but I'm grateful to God that God instilled this knowledge into me because I'm definitely making a difference and I'm reversing hair loss for a lot of women, including my mother. I'm not sure if y'all caught my live last Monday, which I will be going live tomorrow as well on this here channel because tomorrow will be session number 2 for my mother, but she's already tripping because she realizes I've reversed her hair loss as well with just one session with what I do and the way I do it. I am anointed. These hands have always been special. Um, um, I reversed her hair loss, you know what I'm saying? And that's huge because my mother admitted she done ordered 2 different pills off the internet that they marketed her to believe that a pill was going to reverse her hair loss. My mother washes her hair every week, so shampoo, and she said she went and bought Selsun Blue. She bought some minoxidil. She says she also bought some growth serum that she got tricked into buying as well because she thought that these 3 options was going to stop her hair loss, and none of them stopped her hair loss. But she called her daughter over finally, and Miss Tanya stopped her hair loss. So now she's like, dang, Tanya. She even told me, she said, I think you do know what you're doing, Tanya. I said, I know what I'm doing, Mom, because little does my mom know, I'm doing it for many women in my chair. I do about 15 to 25 clients every week in my suite. Um, which I'm proud of. So let me keep going, Deanna. I love you too, Deanna. I love all of y'all on here. Can y'all like the live? Dang, how come y'all don't be liking my lives? Do I gotta be doing something stupid on here? That's a good question. Do I have to like be cussing and doing stupid stuff to get a bunch of clout and likes and all that stuff? Because I noticed now that I've gotten into educating, I don't get a lot of love. So is that because the world don't want to learn really nothing and we all want to continue soaking in myths and ploys? Like Like shampoo detoxes your scalp, and like protein treatments reverses hair loss. Do we want to keep dwelling in the myths and the marketing ploys? Because I've noticed that you all don't like my life. Excuse me. I have 7 individuals. Thanks to the 7 people that liked my life. I appreciate y'all. But that goes to show that there's more individuals that may not really want to be educated. And that's crazy, y'all. Y'all would rather not know, because I've had clients actually tell me that, oh, Miss Tanya, I don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. So that means you're going to keep struggling? Because knowing, you all know, knowing's half the battle. Thank you, number 8. I appreciate the 8 people that have hit the like. Dang, y'all are tight with y'all's likes. It don't cost you nothing to just click, hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to these comments, because maybe y'all are telling me why you're not liking the live. Let me see. Hi, Miss Johnson. My hair is thinning in the middle. What should I do? You should come see me. You got to come see me, because I can't find another stylist to come take my training. So nobody wants to really help us except me. So now I'm starting to embrace this. Like, dang, Miss Johnson, come see me. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I need to see you for 4 sessions every 14 days, because I can't do nothing for nobody in just one session, because most individuals have gone years without any scalp care. Most of my participants have never had a trim. A lot of individuals like, I ain't never trimmed my ends. So I'm like, oh my God, we got a lot of deadness to restore off. So, Miss Johnson, get them coins ready. I can help you get the ticket and everything. Not help you buy it, but I can help you search for a cheap ticket. And you're gonna have to come see me, because you can't keep shampooing your hair. Shampoo's not getting it off. Oil don't remove it either. Tea tree ain't doing nothing, because it's 15,000 million people, 15 million people in the world. 15 million, yeah, 15 million is what the number showed, that are suffering with hair loss. I mean, Miss Johnson, people are thinning in their edges. It's not just you either. Majority of women and men are losing their hair in the top, and the reason for that is that you're not detoxing your sweat buildup away. And a lot of individuals don't even know that you got sweat buildup, because you don't have a practitioner in your life. Stylists ain't checking for this. A stylist is not going to care for your scalp. Stylists are only going to style your hair. They're only interested in cutting you shorter, coloring you a different color, or putting a chemical in your hair. I don't do any 3 of those. You can't book none of that with me. I'm a practitioner. I'm not a stylist. So I now realize you got to get with the right professional. Like, you can't be booking with a stylist if you want scalp care. At least get with a cosmetologist. At least they got skin care, but they have not been trained on the scalp. So a lot of these areas of profession was a problem for me, which is why I retired from being a stylist and decided to create my own lane, which is a holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner. And I have a 100% success rate. Hey, ain't nobody struggling. I reverse everyone's hair loss that begins booking with me. Everyone notices considerably less hair loss after the first session. Everybody notices how much softer and manageable their hair is. And I don't use no conditioner, protein, keratin, or relaxers. This is the antidote, y'all. So many individuals are going to keep struggling until y'all decide to take on the holistic approach. And that's sad, because that's self-inflicted. And I don't know why y'all keep doing that to yourselves, but help is here. Help is here in Denver, Colorado. And if you jiggy with it, fly me to you. That's going to cost you a lot of extra coins, because you're going to have to compensate me for closing and canceling my clients that pay me 185 a session. So I'd be making like 600-700 a day now. So you got to make sure that you plan accordingly, but anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Ah, yes, the tap water is bad in the United States. Right. It's like a lot of people are acting like they don't realize this. Like, anybody having to clean your tubs and toilets, you got hard tap water. And if that's the case, that's jacking up you using that same water on your hair and your skin. And ew, you're letting all that stuff dry into your hair. Well, of course, your hair is brittle and unmanageable. There's a lot of wrongs. Probably only using a moisture shampoo. Moisture shampoos do not strip, they cover and coat. Then you're using conditioner, so you didn't cleanse thoroughly. Now you're adding more chemicals, because a lot of us didn't understand there are more chemicals in conditioner than there is in the shampoo. Did y'all know this? There's stronger chemicals in the conditioner than in the shampoo. I never knew this because beauty school didn't inspire me to read the ingredient lists like I'm trying to inspire you to do. Beauty school just, here, use this, put it on after the shampoo, and rinse it out. But they didn't say, like, this contains propylene glycol, which is the primary ingredient used to make jet fuel. What in the hell is it doing in a bottle of a hair care product? So, see, we got to slow down and we got to learn to start reading, because the less reading we do, the less knowledge you're going to receive and have. And the less knowledge you have, the more struggles you're going to go through in life. Facts, facts. I only struggled when I was younger because I was lacking the knowledge. I used to think conditioner was actually softening hair when in fact it never did that. Look, anything wet, what we're gonna just pay attention to what it's doing when it's wet. You can put boo-boo mixed with mud in your hair when it's wet and it's gonna have slippage. You can put charcoal mixed with some darn keratin and protein and it's gonna feel real nice when it's wet. Well, what happens when that stuff dries after you done rinsed it? Because you got to rinse all that stuff off with the tap water. And once you include that tap water, man, you done messed up the whole situation. Have you guys drank any water, or y'all just been sitting here for this whole hour not drinking? You got to drink every hour. If you're not, you're dehydrated. And dehydration is the biggest, most silent killer because you can still live dehydrated. You can go to work dehydrated. You can exercise dehydrated. You can goose when you're dehydrated. You can go, you can run when you're dehydrated. So a lot of people don't think they're dehydrated, but if you're not drinking half your body weight in ounces of artesian water every day, you're dehydrated. And that's sad because there's some women out here drinking way too much water and they don't realize why they're so poofy and swollen all over their bodies. A lot of that is the oxygen that's trapped in your body because you're taking in the wrong amount of water. Jesus, so many individuals is lacking so much knowledge. I didn't know this. God knew what he was doing when he gave me the knowledge because God knew I ain't no gatekeeper like most women of color are. Some women of color will learn all type of stuff and they'll say out loud, I ain't sharing nothing. I'm not telling her what I know. I'm not about to help her out. I ain't about to help her with her life. I got my own life to deal with. You don't know how many women I've ran into got that attitude. That ain't me. That ain't me, baby. So God said, I'm going to give the knowledge to Tanya and only 8 people have liked this live. That's crazy. Y'all don't like me? Let me see. Maybe I'll answer the question. DMV area. That means I used to think that stands for Denver Motor Vehicle. Is that I know what it means now. That's the Dallas Metro DMV. Wait, DMV. No, that's the DWF, Dallas Fort Worth, DFW. DMV is I forgot DMV. What does DMV stand for, y'all? Uh-oh, let's talk about that. Boiling the water. Think about it. It don't remove nothing. I don't know why we're so quick to believe just whatever we hear. Boiling don't remove nothing. That's how you make the water distill. That's the process of distillation. And in fact, what boiling does is it breaks up the remnants in the water even further. So if you started with 300 ppms before you boil the water, after you boil the water, you're going to end up with 500 ppms. So I'm not sure what EPA and all these people are really trying to do to us by telling us to boil water, because that don't remove none of the chemicals. It sure ain't removing none of the remnants in the water either. So boiling, all that does is distillate the water. And at that point, distilled water is more unhealthy than the regular tap water, y'all. And do you know how many people have actually been brainwashed to drink Distilled water? We all know distilled water is for machines, y'all. Come on now. We are moving way too fast in this here thing called life. I know so many individuals that are spending money and actually grabbing distilled water off the shelf and drinking it. They really sick on the inside because distilled water is for machines, my people. Just read. Distilled water is for your iron. Distilled water is for your vaporizer. Distilled water is for your oxygen tank. Distilled water is for your humidifier, your diffuser. You feel me? You're not supposed to be putting tap water in those machines. You're supposed to be using distilled. And distilled water is not supposed to be ingested by a human. And if you're drinking distilled water, listen, you're not even supposed to be boiling the water before you cook your rice. I don't know why the FDA started telling us to boil the water first. You're not supposed to boil the water. Um, no, no. Why? Because when it starts to boil, it's jumping up off the surface and collecting more oxygen. And oxygenated water is not, highly oxygenated water is not healthy for the human body nor the organs. Man, so I got a lot of work to do with y'all. All right, my cousin is a natural hairstylist, and I will share your channel with her. I think it would be, I don't beauty for ashes. Nah, I don't. I don't. I'm not sure your cousin has an open mindset because most natural hairstylists, they are so committed and loyal to conditioner and they think that it's so helpful that they're not, they're like attached to it. So they're like, and oils too. They're not willing to learn about oils, I don't think. It's hard. I've talked to Upteen Natural Stylists, Miss Podcast, and they'll talk to me, but they're not going to adjust and change anything. They want to just keep doing the same thing, like braiding and locking and natural, letting somebody leave with their hair air dried, which is a half of a service. Um, I'm not sure about that natural community podcast. I'd love to talk to her. But I've talked to quite a few here in Denver, and they're just like, I don't want to learn nothing and forget that. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep braiding. I don't care if it's breaking people's hair out. So clients keep booking it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I had somebody actually say that to me. She was like, so you should have seen my face. And she was a young girl. She was in her 20s. And she was like, I don't care. She was like, clients keep booking it. So it must not be that damaging. I said, dang, these girls out here behind the chair these days is ruthless. Because she was like, I don't care. As long as these clients keep booking it. So I was like, so what? She said, as long as the clients keep booking the braids, she said, I already heard and I already know that it's breaking. She was like, I be seeing it, but the clients keep booking it. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I was like, wow. So you're never going to tell a client and redirect them and suggest another service? She was like, no, what would I do that for? I was like, wow, clients are really in a world nowadays. Is distilled water better? No, distilled water is worse than tap water. Worse. It's worse. It's not better. And a lot of people think boiling the water makes it better, and you just made it worse. Made it worse. When I went to India and where we stayed, used well water, hair felt so much softer and compared to here in the US. You are so smart. Yes. I drink well water. A lot of people are confused because they think the water that's in this bottle is the same water as I drink. And no, 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 no. I'm smarter than that. I'm very smart when it comes to water. So this water has something in it that this water don't have in it. And this water has something in it that this water doesn't have in it. So I would not drink my product water because this has all the liquid chemicals in it, like chlorine and fluorine. This is why my product works. But this water here, this ain't got no fluorine and chlorine in it. You don't be drinking that type of chemicals. This water, this groundwater, comes from a well. And this is the water you drink. If you use this water on your hair, it ain't going to make it soft. And in fact, you're going to be frizzy because this water has something in it that my water does not. And the only people that know, and I now realize that God gave me a real gift because none of y'all have any real water knowledge. So this is dope because you'll never, ever, ever figure out what kind of water I'm using. I've had people already try to figure it out and they be tripping all over the place, falling straight on their faces, thinking I went to the store Or thinking I bottled my drinking water. That's funny. It's gonna jack your skin up. This water will jack your skin up if you put it in areas that doesn't have any inflammation, and this is gonna make your hair frizzy. You gotta use my water that's been tested and approved to soften our hair, skin, and nails. Okay. Okay. That's what's up, A. So what's your recommendation? K, recommendation for what? J, bro, you got big forehead, bro. You must be 20 or 30 because that's the only generation that calls other people bro. I can't stand that label. Don't call me boo and do not call me bro. I can't stand that, Jay. Okay. You must be young because only young people talk like that. And you better be careful because I don't tolerate disrespectful individuals, okay? So I'm gonna get down here in these comments, and if I see that you've been disrespectful with your thumbs again, I'm gonna remove you, okay? Thanks, number 9. I only got 9 likes to this video. I done dropped all these gems for y'all, getting you to understand that you messing up left and right if you ain't detoxing your scalp. Told you that the tap water is tearing y'all up, and I only got 9 of you that like the live. That's cool. That's cool. But be careful, Jay. What if I buy and it don't work? That's not the case. My products work. I don't process refunds. No, because my product works. I've been in business 6 years and I've never processed a refund. I ain't never had a return or a complaint on my product. So you'd be the first. And I've had somebody try. Some people really try hard, to be disruptive in life, but they failed miserably too because they thought they had water knowledge and they didn't think I had any water knowledge. So they tripped and fell flat on their face too. And I busted them out, and then I actually blocked them so they can never buy my product again. So um, I always say, shoot, you see what you see what conditioner is doing to you, and your hair is still frizzy and falling out. You see what relaxers did to you, made your hair all stiff and brittle. That wasn't what's up either. Wearing your hair natural, you got to add product to it every day, and you see it still coming out. So you see everything that you're doing ain't working. So it's time for y'all to try something new. Try a holistic approach. Try a holistic water instead of a moisturization. It's time for y'all to get into hydration. Don't y'all know that's the new trend? Is hydrating. If you still moisturizing, you still struggling. You gonna keep struggling long as you keep trying to moisturize. And now the world is under this climate warming. Y'all ain't realized this stuff. Dang, I gotta tell y'all everything. Deanna, I'm so slow with the technology. I'm trying to get better. Me too, Deanna. What's your refund policy? Kay, I'm not tripping with you. Buy the product. You know what I'm saying? Quit. You're digging too deep. You're already doubting my product, so it ain't for you. You keep using. Why don't you keep using conditioner and oil? Shoot, or a relaxer, or a wig, or braids, or whatever it is that you do, Kay. You keep doing what you doing, okay? Because everything ain't for everybody. My product is for high-end bougie people, and if that ain't you, and you got to be open-minded, you got to have the right mindset to use my product. It ain't for everybody. It's only for individuals with an open mindset that's ready for better. And everybody don't want to do better. Some are cool with their hair falling out. Some are cool with a bald head and could care less. Some are overweight and don't want to lose no weight. They're like, I don't care. I'm fine. I don't care if my stomach is bigger than my booty. I don't care. I get that. This may not be for you, Kay. Because I don't have a refund policy. I don't process refunds because my stuff works. You're going to be rebuying it too, just like everybody else, because you'll be like, whoa, I did feel a difference with my hair. So, Kay, don't worry about that stuff. Why don't you just buy it and try it first? And then we'll talk about if you really want a refund. Because some people might try to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, I'm going to give you your money back because I'm not tight. I got mad coins. I'm well over 6 figures. So if you ask for your money back, I'm going to definitely shoot it back to you. But do you think you're going to ever order from me again? I do that with clients. If you get to me and I done gave you your money back, I promise you you're not booking ever with me again. So, Kay, walk slowly and carefully, baby, because I don't want you to knock yourself off the block. You know what I'm saying? Because you seem like you already like trying to make some problems. But I like a problem now. I'm a little different. Deanna, well, then I would love to see you in Phoenix. I got training. Go to my link that's in the description down below. And when you click on my link and you scroll down under featured products, you'll see my Holistic Scalp Detox training that I've got coming up next month. I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona, March 24th. I have two class times, one at 12 p.m., one at 6 p.m. I then have another training set here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, April 21st at 12 p.m. as well. Excuse me, I just burped, to administer and teach you how to detox the scalp. I'm going to teach you what it is. I'm going to teach you all the different pressures. I'm going to test. We're going to learn all the different tools that you see being used, because I have them all, so that you can see how ineffective they are. You're then going to learn the proper angle, the proper comb to use. You're going to learn how to get off dandruff, because dandruff, psoriasis, and seborrheic dermatitis are three different levels of buildup. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to get it off. There's a lot of scalp scratches out here that I don't know if they're willing to admit it, but you see that this, you're not getting all of it off. And a lot of people are not understanding how to get it off, so they're letting the client still leave with buildup on the scalp, which means that client is not going to have any hair growth in that area, especially if you left the buildup and you didn't get it all off, and that client's still going to suffer hair loss in that area. So some people are just trying to throw hair restoration onto their menus, and you're going to fail miserably because you got to land the result. That's one thing I do is show the result. I don't just say to my clients, oh, I'm going to restore your hair, and then I'm not showing them any proof. I show my clients proof. Why do you think so many clients keep booking with me and I keep them in my chair for so long? They see the results. So I hope that I meet you, Deanna, because I love you already. Emmy Flair! North Carolina's in the house. What's up, my love? Tuned in before work. That's what's up. It's Sunday. I ain't got no clients today. I'm lying. I do got clients today. I got two this afternoon. But I decided to get up and get on here live because I wanted to talk about this scalp detox and stuff. Because so many individuals, MM Flair, you know, we be chopping it up, have been brainwashed to think shampoo and oil removes your buildup. Shampoo does not remove your scalp buildup. That's crazy, but it's true. I just bought stuff from you. I'm hoping you aren't a con artist. Hold on, let me see. This is funny. Funny, 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 funny. Funny, 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 funny. Kay said, I just bought stuff from you. I'm hoping you aren't a con artist. Your mindset is all in the negativities, Kay. The van went through a residential neighborhood. Let me check. Let me check to see, because you know some people just like to say stuff and they don't really be doing it. So let me see, Kay. Because you said stuff. What did you buy? Because you said stuff. I don't really sell stuff. Kay, I like people like you. You're like my mom. My mom doubts everything I do and say too. But I done shocked her too, because she didn't think that I could grow her hair or reverse her hair loss, which I have done. Hold on. Kay says she done bought some stuff. Let's see if he or she's telling the truth. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Gotta check my stuff. Because then, Kay, I'm going to go to your page. Looks like Kay did submit an order. Give me a second. Okay, Kay, you in Monroe. That's what's up. Coming to you. So you're going to learn, as you already see, how professional and structured my business is. You're dealing with a professional business, and I don't think you're used to dealing with a professional individual or a brand. But welcome to the Holistic Approach. For your hair, skin, and nails, my name is Tanya Mason. I am now your holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner. In addition to your order, I'm also going to be contacting you to send you links to help you with post-session guidelines on what tools you need to buy, because it's more to it than just buying the products. So many individuals think that, oh, I'm gonna just buy this product. You also need to make sure your tools are up to par as well, because a lot of individuals got a lot of raggedy tools at the house. I be seeing brushes is all tore up. They're using what else do I be seeing? Flat irons that are super dirty with buildup and that have chipped. The ceramic done chipped off the plate. I'm also seeing the wrong kind of blow dryers. A lot of Black people got white blow dryers at home. That's a problem. That's not going to blow dry your hair properly. So I come with the whole. Remember, I'm holistic, so I'm not just going to send you my product. I'm also going to send you educational post-session guideline and recommendations to help you better land the right result. Okay, full instructions on what to do when you go to bed at night. A lot of individuals try to rock a silk press but don't know how to wrap, or think they know how to wrap, but their wrap pops off overnight. I help those individuals too, because those individuals, they tend to kind of lie to me in the chair, because I ask everybody. Knowing how to wrap your hair is a part of the culture of getting a silk press. And so many women will lie and be like, yeah, I know how to wrap. But then you sending me a photo the next morning looking a little funny in the morning, you clearly don't know how to wrap. Because I'm so smart that all I have to do is look at you and I can tell, uh-oh, your scarf popped up. Because if you knew how to wrap, your hair wouldn't look like that this morning. Some women don't know how to, aren't confident with admitting, I don't know how to do that, Miss Tanya. Most women try to act like they know everything. And in my presence, I'm going to get you, because I'm going to reveal the fact that you said you knew. I thought you knew this, but you don't know this. Let me help you. So thank you for your order, Kay. You're going to be pleased. You're going to have softer hair than you got now. That's guaranteed. It's not going to feel the same. You're going to see a difference and you're going to love it too. You know what I'm saying? And the results get better and better with time. My approach is like fine wine, because I would have to do a consultation with you to find out, like, how often, Kay, do you wash your hair? Most individuals are going longer than 7 days. Most people are washing it every 14 days or longer. Most individuals are not trimming their ends consistently. Most individuals have never had their scalp detoxed. These are big, big, big problems. So there's gonna take some what's called restoration time to break through all that buildup, product buildup, because I don't know if you're adding oil to your scalp and making all these mistakes as well. But sometimes these things are causing more struggles, right? So with holistics, we're not using all that. You're not going to use an oil. You're not using conditioner. You're not using a heat protectant either. You don't need any of that with my approach. So I'm very excited for you, Kay. I'll be in touch. I'll be packing your order today and then shipping it today as well. Look, I'm almost just as fast as Amazon, because most businesses that are like individual businesses, they take forever to send your product. I've tried to order from a Black business and I had to call them checking on my order because they took 3 weeks to send my product. That's so unprofessional. So I'm very, very professional. My business is on point and it is structured. Okay, so I'm very excited. And no, I'm not a con artist, as you can see. My system, who has most people that are con artists, Kay, don't have an online link that you can go to that was as structured as mine was. You were able to submit a credit card. You've gotten your communication that your order was received. Come on now, give me some credit. Dang. But I can't wait to work with you. I am now your holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner, Marilyn Rich. Oh, that's what that stands for. DC DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Ain't that three different like cities or states? So, okay. I'm not sure. That's always been confusing when people say I live in the DMV area. I'm from Denver, so I've never visited those places, so I'm not as knowledgeable about it as you all may be. But thanks, Deanna. I love you for helping me clear my confusion. You just talking, not interacting. That's why you don't have likes. Oh, for real. Interacting? I am interacting. Shoot, I'm reading all these comments. Kay, what you mean I'm just talking? That's what I do. Don't you know that by now? You must be new to my life too. That's all I do is get out here and talk every morning. So let me engage. So let me keep going. I just don't like reading these comments because I be having people like Jay and them saying weird stuff and it triggers me. So I've learned to not read the comments and try to just stay more focused and dropping this knowledge to y'all that y'all don't possess is what I'm usually concentrating on, Kay. You'd like that one. I got a follower. It's all on me or something, all eyes on me or something like that. She's like my mom, and she likes to get on here and she likes to mess with me, acting like I ain't doing good hair or something, and making a bunch of negative comments. And I know there's people in the world that love doing that. My mom loves doing that. She loves like I don't know what the word is, bothering me, bothering people. You know what I'm saying? So, Kay, I hope that ain't you. But yeah, I like to talk, and I'm interacting. For some reason, there's no like option on my end. MME, ooh, for real? You don't have the like thing on the bottom? I wonder how everybody else is liking it then. Thank you, MM Flair. Everything ain't for everybody. No, tribe. It ain't. My package due tomorrow. I can't wait till you get your order, MME Flair. You late on the comments, but finally. Kay, man, she about to be happy. Okay. Wait. You are funny. Alrighty. I'm reading these comments. M. Flair said, "Go, Kay." M. Flair, congrats, Kay. You gonna like me. You gonna like me. All right, Kay. I just bought some new brushes and combs. That's what's up. Me too. I just brought these, but I bought a gang of these. So I'm about to put these on my website. It's going to have my logo on the back. But this brush right here, MM Flare, is the bomb. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to use this with your locks, but this brush is way better than using this brush at home. So it makes your head hot. So good job. Let me keep going because Kay gonna get me if I don't get these if I don't read these comments. Let's get that sent ASAP if you can. Oh, don't trip. It's going out today. And guess what, Kay? I'm sending your order priority USPS. It ain't gonna come in no funny package or nothing like other people have sent me their products in. Yours is coming in professional USPS packaging. And I handwrite my labels as well. So you gonna get it, Kay? Don't trip. I love your straightforwardness. Thank you, Beauty for Ashes. Most people don't like my honesty, and it bothers most people, so they think that I'm full of crap or something. So thank you. Thank you. I expect professional for sure. That's what's up. That's all I give, Kay. I get on here because I do what's called a persona for individuals on here. But when you deal with me in my professionalism, when I'm in my suite, straight professional. Nothing but a professional. I don't cuss. I ain't got time to play. That's why I get on here live majority here at my house because I got time to play. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be playing when it comes to my business and when it comes to what I do in my private practice. So what's up, Miss G? Thank you, Kay. I really appreciate your order, and you're not no money wasted with me. I'm also going to send you some additional samples. I send out samples of my holistic body cream. I'll be sending you a sample as well. I just made up some samples that I'm going to be sending out into my orders now. Also, I'm going to be sending you a free 2-ounce sample, okay? You also get an additional bottle. This is your applicator bottle, okay? You do not know what 2 ounces or less is if you're free pouring out your bottle. So I send everybody gets an extra 2 ounce bottle to use as your applicator bottle. Because if you're free pouring, you're going to use way too much water, and only 2 ounces or less is needed, okay? So all of this is in your communication when you get links from me when I process your order. And then, of course, you'll be connected to me so you can ask any questions, okay? Beauty says, I would love to treat myself and my daughter for our birthday with your experience in June. Definitely will placing an order for me and my baby's hair this Thursday. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it'll come to you by USPS Priority Mail. You'll get additional knowledge and information. You'll also provide you with post-session guidelines. Listen, you all, there's no other business. You go buy shampoo from somebody else, they're not telling you or helping you with what tools you need to use as well and how to actually use the products. They just send you the products, take your money, and then they're done with you. That's not me. I want to make sure that you're using the products properly. I want to make sure it worked. I want to make sure your tools are on point as well. So I care. I'm different than most of the companies that you all are used to buying from. I try to do my best and I strive for excellence. There's a lot of businesses that are not striving for excellence. So thank you, Beauty for Ashes. I look forward to serving you. That's just like my area, RDU, Raleigh, Durham, Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's dope though. Emmy Flair, I'm in Clayton, North Carolina. Look at North Carolina showing up in here. Respect, you deserve credit for sure. Thanks, Kay. You are just now getting to the comments. Those were comments. Oh, look, I'm going to give the tone that I think, Kay, you are just now getting to the comments. Those was comments from 45 minutes ago, Tanya. You need to catch up and you need to do a better job at being a darn YouTube person, huh? You had like 8 likes when I sent that comment. Now you're interacting and we're liking. No, we're not, Kay. Ooh, you fancy, huh? Yes, I am. Hi, Christopher. Beauty for Ashes. Love the name. You podcasting? That's what I was asking, because there's a whole bunch of people that are starting podcasts. I've talked to like 4 different women this month that are starting podcasts. All right, any more comments? I done made it to the bottom, Kay. I done made it to the bottom, Kay. Look, I ain't never been able to just comb through my hair like this. My hair used to have all type of snags and tangles and stuff. And look, I didn't even wrap it last night. I kind of sweated it out. That's why it's so, this is the most poof I get. But even when it's poofy, it's manageable. This ain't never been the case, y'all. Even when I had a relaxer, this ain't been the case. So I tell everybody, I don't know what y'all been at trying to get and what y'all been after, but I love my hair. And everyone that I do, they love their hair too, because we finally have movement. Listen, our hair didn't move when we had a relaxer, okay? You remember that? How stiff and jacked up our hair was when we tried that relaxer stuff? I don't know, most people don't want to admit it, but our hair was tore up with a relaxer. Like Caucasian hair. Yes, my product works on Caucasian hair too. I got them Caucasians in my chair too. Because Caucasians got wavy hair too. I thought like wavy hair and textured hair was only like for Black people. And that's not the case. The world has really changed. Deuces. Thank you. I'll be in touch, my love. Don't worry. Always the goal for me and my client's body. Oh, yes. Yeah. And everybody don't know how to give it. Some people tend to add way too much oil and serum, and it weighs the hair down and robs the client of their movement. But look, my hair, no matter what I do, it just looks like cake icing. I love my hair. I love it. Love it. And it's not coming out. When I used to do like this, it'd be all type of hair coming out my head. Look, that's a hairstyle. Ah, are y'all able to do your hair like this? Like, does it have that luster in it without oil? Like, I used to think that I had to add oil to get shine. That ain't the case either. Like, I can do all type of hairstyles for y'all. And then all you do is just shake it and it kind of goes back into shape. Even when my water hair is jacked up, it looks good. Me and my clients be like, my hair don't never look crazy no more. And I be like, I know. This is definitely a hair heaven that I've created. And I can't wait for you all to get on board. Okay, Beauty for Ashes will follow after. I know I'm following everybody too. I hope that I'm a guest on your podcast, Beauty, and bring these products so we can start spreading this good gospel about this new hydration world. Hydration products for your skin, hydration products for your hair. And I'm coming with my holistic approach to nail care too. This is my nail cuticle. Isn't it cute? Put them in these little bougie bottles, and I love anything with gold, so and it smells so good. So honestly, the first thing you should do is you spray your cuticle with water. Okay, there not be a delay in these comments. There's no tone on my end. There not be a delay in these comments. What? There's no tone on my end. I know, that's crazy. But do you know, Kay, how many times I get in trouble for a text message? Like so many females be getting sensitive based on my text message and they don't even hear my tone. That's crazy. Does that mean that you're sensitive if you get offended by words? Because you right, you got to hear my tone to know how I'm really coming. Huh. I had to learn. I had to take some training to learn tone. Beauty for Ashes. Do y'all got any more questions about your hair loss or your lack of growth? How to get your hair growing? What to do to reverse your hair loss? What to do to minimize the itching in your head or the itching on your body? I just had a client admit that to me the other day. She was like, I itch. I'm starting to itch all over. And I'm like, it's the climate. And that's your sweat doing that to you. And she was like, I never thought it was my sweat. Welcome, Kay. I love you. We'll be in touch, my love. Thanks for your order. Get that right out to you because I'm never out of nothing, you know. And I'm so efficient that it'll be to you right away. So I'll be in touch today, giving you your tracking information. I'll report that. You get a nice little email, tells you your tracking number and stuff, and you can track it. Um, I'm ready to try these products. My hair needs my moment. Beauty, I'm so proud of you for admitting that. Do you know how many women are acting like their hair is fine? Acting like they don't see the hair loss, acting like they don't see the lack of growth. So I'm very proud of you because admitting that we're struggling is something that women really struggle with. Women would prefer to act like they're fine. I'm good when they're struggling up the yin yang. So I'm very proud of you, Beauty for Ashes. You're like me. You're confident because it takes confidence to be able to admit that I'm struggling. It takes confidence to be able to admit I need help. It takes confidence to be able to verbally voice that because most individuals act like my hair is beautiful, my hair is healthy, my hair is fine, you know. Um, so I thank you for being you and for being so transparent. I'm ready to help you. I'm ready to coach you. If you all have noticed, my holistic business mentorship, got a hair, has just launched. I've already mentored 4 individuals that are professionals. And when you get mentored by me, I'm dropping gems. I'm giving you resources that you probably never thought about because I'm holistic. So we're going to look at the whole. For instance, we have to stop struggling in silence. Your tribe is here. Greeting, Goddess, I love you. And I appreciate you because most women ain't like us. I promise you. Heck, most women in the world today are very catty, very individualized, very angry. They're not nice. They're not outgoing. And I've done a lot of, as I've told you, I've done a lot of holistic mental research, and I know why. A lot of us are struggling and still suffering from traumas from our past. And these are the things that I talk about when I administer. I have a 6-week series on holistic mental wellness, and it's a holistic approach. And in my holistic mental wellness series, I talk about things that I know that I struggled with, like addiction, labels, influences. What's the other word? Labels, influence. And these are, like influence, that's remnants, right? That's one of my keywords. Um, a lot of women are suffering from our past traumas, from because that man decided to fondle us, right? Or because that husband decided to cheat on us, right? Or we've got past traumas because our mothers failed us in the love department, right? So I know about these things because they have also plagued my life. And I've been depressed more than 15 times. Most women only been depressed once. I've been depressed 15 different times over 15 different things. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are suffering and struggling with what I call internal health struggles, right? We're not drinking enough water, so our internal organs are struggling. Um, so I now realize that this is why these women are this way, because you're still holding on to those past traumas that happened years ago that we can't change. Ain't nothing we can do about that man that fondled us. Ain't nothing we can do about that sexual assault or the fact that we got molested. You know what I'm saying? I was molested as a child more than once. Okay, I had a few male family members wanting to get at me. You feel me? But what you have to understand, ladies, is as you grow and you survived, it didn't kill you, that it was a lesson to make you smarter, to make you more aware of what these men really like doing, right? Right? Right. And now God gave us that experience for us to turn around and help our youth, whether it be your own daughter, your niece, your cousin, or just the little girl up the street. God gave us these experiences to help other people. But now again, I now realize why women are the way they are. And it's a lot has to do with still suffering the post traumatic syndrome of holding on to what happened to you as a child. Mad, you know what I'm saying, that that man cheated on you. Mad that that man got you pregnant and then bounced and went and got with another female. That's not your fault. You were blessed to be released from that hold. You feel me? We got to thank God for all things, even when it wasn't in your day planner. You got to thank God for all things. You got to thank God that that man cheated on you. You got to thank God that he popped you in your mouth. Because God knows that there's certain things that's going to get us to move, right? So God will have people do think, no, that's not true. Things will happen and God will be with you to inspire you to move and make changes, right? So I, again, understand these things because I'm hurt. I've been strung out on drugs. I've been homeless. I've tried to commit suicide more than once. I've been choked out by a man that was sexually assaulting me from the back in through my anus canal. That was painful. I remember that. And then he choked me out because I was fighting him. And I didn't want it to go up in me because it was already hurting before he even inserted it. But he did it anyway and did so by choking me out. So I do know what it's like to kind of die and come back to life because I remember coming back too. The assault had already taken place. My butt was sore as all outdoors. Couldn't poop right for days. I don't see how women really are into anal sex because that tore me up. He was a large guy. Guess you have to have a little shaboing boing for that anal sex to work because it tore me up. I had to go to the hospital. I was bleeding. That's how hard and aggressive the assault was. But I survived it. And I survived it because I need to help other women survive theirs. I now understand my purpose. I get on here about this hair stuff all the time, but I dive very deep when I get into my mental wellness facilitating. as I see, I've ran a lot of individuals off because a lot of women aren't ready to address their traumas either. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about the fact that my own mother is jealous of me. They don't want to talk about the fact that your own sister don't like you. We don't want to talk about the fact that my husband keeps cheating over and over and over again. We don't want to talk about these things because I think we think that it's going to place some type of a label, right, on us. When in fact, that's how you release yourself and you become free is by talking about it. You got to talk about it. That's a form of filtration. It's how you release yourself from depression. Depression just means you got a whole bunch of stuff running in your head and you don't really know how to filter it. I help women to do this. I work with way more women outside my chair than I do in my chair because I now realize that these are some of the things that we're struggling with. We all have addictions, you know what I'm saying? I've stopped drinking alcohol. I used to be an alcoholic, and a lot of women refuse to put that label on themselves, and they know that they need that alcohol every day to function. That's an alcoholic. I don't care if it's wine, beer. So many people don't look at beer as a problem. Beer is a problem. Beer is worse than wine. Shoot, it's got yeast in it, you know. So I thank you for being transparent. Hold on, I didn't know I had new comments. Hold on. Yes, I struggle with those traumas. Thank you, Beauty. I struggle with anger because I was told not to express myself. Glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus God. Amen. Therapy is helping, and the podcast is where it's expressed. Well, you better get me on it. You better get me on your podcast because I suffered with anger as well. So I understand you, Beauty. Um, we are healing over here. I love it. Preach. Thank you. Amen. On this Sunday, our journey is to help someone else's journey. Correct. Correct. That is so correct. So I've struggled with anger for a long time, and there was a lot of things that had me angry. Like, I don't know about you all, but I respect my mother. I respect my mom. But there was a lot of things that she did that I didn't agree with, even as a child. And one of the things that where the biggest part of my anger comes from was my mom making me stay at home by myself when I was a child. Now, I know a lot of mothers may think, oh, ain't nothing wrong with a child by herself. I didn't have no brothers and sisters to play patty cakes with and play hide and go seek with. Imagine being in the third grade, because that's when I began being a latchkey kid, and trying to figure out what to do by yourself for that many hours by yourself every night. That was very mentally agonizing. So because I was locked up, I felt like an animal. I don't think she saw it like that. She was more or less trying to control me because I was fast. I don't know about any of you, but I was fast when I was little. Do y'all know what that means? So she knew this about me. And so she was always trying to control me without being present. So another decision my mother made was working nights. And because of that decision, again, she decided to not drop me off. I mean, my grandmother lived 5 blocks away, y'all. So can y'all explain to me, why would you lock your only child and your only daughter in the house at night when you have a mother that lives 5 blocks away that you can go drop her off to? Can y'all help me with that? Why would you do that? Most of you are mothers on here. Why would you lock your only daughter in the house for years upon years? It's not like this only happened for like 6 months. I'm talking my whole life. My mother worked nights. What's up, King? And then, in addition to working nights and choosing to lock me in the house at night, she started getting these boyfriends. This was a divine assignment the Lord has set up this morning. I'm an only child. I too was alone. Oh my God. All righty, hold on. I gotta go to your channel. Give me a second to make sure that I subscribe. Subscribe. Let me subscribe. How do I subscribe to you? I got you. Isn't there a way for me to subscribe to you? Hold on, beauty. I'm trying to. It won't let me follow you, but let me make this note because I'm also going to follow you as well. And it's called Beauty for Ashes, the podcast. I got you, my love, because we are connected. I want to meet you. And I would love to talk to you more because I'm an only child too. And you were left alone. And that cycle repeated with my children. But we serve a God that breaks cycles. I got to admit, I did it too. Podcast. Sometimes we exert our anger onto our children only because it was done to us. And I think that's a way for us to like, I don't know why we do that. Like, my mom did it to me, so I'm gonna do it to my kids because I left my kids at home alone too. Um, Man, and mind you, I had two parents. So I had my mother that locked me in and left me at home alone at night. And then my father, he was a drinker. He was an alcoholic. He don't like that word either, but he was. And instead of leaving me at home, because both of my parents only had me, right? Instead of leaving me at home, he would take me to the club with him. So when I'm with mom, I'm locked in the house and at home by myself. But then dad refused to do that, but he wasn't working. Dad didn't work. Dad would kick it all night. But instead of leaving me at home, he took me with him. So, and that wasn't a bad thing. I used to love being in the bar as a child. I wasn't traumatized. The only thing that would bother me is watching him drink as much as he would drink because dad would just get belligerent to where I can remember being like 10, 11, and 12 years old because I learned how to drive at like the age of 2, driving my father home because he was that drunk that he couldn't even walk, that dizzy. And I mean, a few nights that I drove my father home, and I'm well under the age of 15, handling a van at that. So my mother, um, because of my mother, I suffered with massive anger. There's a reason I started gangbanging. There's a reason I was so sexually promiscuous when I was so young. Um, and now I realized that I had to tell my mom that this at one point that mom, this is your fault that I'm so messed up inside because like my mother didn't teach me nothing. Like I started my period and did not know what a period was. My mother had never sat me down and had that conversation. She did not prepare me for that day. That's messed up to me. And that's very mentally agonizing. She should have had me prepared for that day. But instead, for me, I had started not knowing anything about it. And when I started, back in when I started my period, this was in the 80s. So we had wooden seats in the classrooms. We didn't have, they didn't come with plastic chairs yet. We had the type of chairs that had the desk connected to the seat. Y'all remember them? And they was all in a single file row. When we was in school, our stuff was different, right? That was traumatizing because I sat there that whole day, bled out my complete pants. And I think I had a light colored pair of pants on that day, and bled into the wood of the chair. Y'all know wood is porous. So I had sat there and made a whole mess and didn't know it. I don't know nothing about a period, so I'm not tripping about what I'm feeling and the cushiness. So I finally get up, I'll never forget this day, to leave out the class. The bell rings and it's time to leave. My teacher saw my pants. I'll never forget that day. There's a line at the door and I'm trying to follow the other students to get out. And she gets in front of me and she pushes me back into the classroom. So I'm thinking, I didn't do nothing. I didn't disrupt the class today. Like, what is she tripping about? She waits till all the kids leave to advise me, I believe you've started your menstrual cycle. And I was like, menstrual cycle? What does that mean? It goes to show you how uneducated my mother allowed me to grow up. And that's crazy. So I made sure my daughter was prepared and knew exactly what was going to happen before it happened, right? So my mother she started getting these boyfriends because her and my father divorced. And I guess my mother was just like, some people do that to themselves. Like, I ain't gonna never be alone. So they what's called rebound. Do y'all know what a rebound is? My mother rebounded after my father. Good morning, Aaron. And started messing with these lowlifes. Like, my father was not a lowlife. He had a job. My father had his own vehicle. But for some reason, sometimes women start rebounding to something less than. You go get you a loser, which is what my mother did. And he was a crackhead at that, like smoked crack every night while I'm there with him. But mom, I guess, ignored this because maybe the shaboing boing was that good. I understand that. I done been with some men that's got some nice shaboing boings that distracts us from everything else that's going on. So she started leaving, letting him move in. And then at one point, he's living with us. And she done turned him into my babysitter at night. So can y'all start to imagine? Remember, I told you I was molested by more than one male in my adolescent years, and he was one of them. He would do things, and then he would do stuff like wait for my mom to leave, and then he would try to get real authoritized over me, like telling me what to do. And he never did this when my mom was home, but he would wait for mom to leave and then try to tell me like, go wash the dishes. You're not my mom, and I would call. So one night, I'll never forget this night. This is when my mother deactivated me and I started realizing my mom don't care about me as much as she cares about this man. And as a child, we all know this. We're not stupid as children, right? So on this particular night, he got four other crackheads that he'd invited over because he would only do this after my mother would go to work. He never had any company while mom was there during the day. But as soon as she'd go to work, oh, he'd call a whole party over. So on this particular night, they're all in the bathroom. So I've always been nosy. So my butt was at the door on the floor. I'm looking under the door to see what they're doing. And all their feet were standing at the sink. They was getting high. I already know what they was doing. And they used to always try to burn a cigarette to disguise the crack smell. I can't stand that odor, and I can detect it at the drop of a dime because I used to have to smell that crap all night while my mother was at work. All right, so on this night, I'm telling, because as a child, I'm sick of this. This man should not have these other men in the house while my mom is not here. So I'm gonna call my mom and tell, because we didn't have like social services and all that crap when back in the 80s when I was younger. So I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, he's got all these guys up here in here, and I'm a girl, mind you, your daughter. Let my anger surface. I'm like, he's got all these dudes in here, Mom, and I think they're smoking something in the bathroom. You know what my mother told me to do? Go ahead. Let me take a break. Y'all comment. What do you think my mother told me to do when I called her at work to report that there's four men in the bathroom smoking something? I have to pee. Ooh, that's one problem. So I guess I need to keep my lives to just an hour because I be having to pee. And I have to jump off camera. What do you think Mom told me? You're right, Vaughn. You're right. How'd you know? Uh-oh. They didn't like me taking a break. Did y'all just see the YouTube flickering? They may even flag this video and it may not monetize. Because did y'all know I'm making money off these videos now? Because they don't like me covering sensitive topics. So I guess I better change. That's my cue to change the subject. So we gotta shift because YouTube don't like me diving too deep into the realistics of life. They want me to kind of keep y'all a little detached, and they don't want y'all obtaining the real knowledge. That's why they regulate these channels, and why God has given me my epiphany to start my own podcast. Because a podcast is a space where you can cuss, you can talk about whatever topic you want to talk about, and you're not regulated, because we are regulated on this channel. They control kind of what we do, what we see, and what we're able to do. So you're right, Aaron and King. You are both right. My mother and I was devastated. It's like, wait, Mom, did you not hear what I just told you? And she was like, oh, Tanya, just go to your room. You talk about anger, and then hours and hours upon hours of having to deal with this. Yes, Aaron. So that's how they're watching me, because I'm monetized now. And there's what's called I don't know what they're called, but there's YouTube people that they do monitor our lives. They see that I'm live, so they come in here and they listen to our content to see if we're following the rules. I've had quite a few lives tagged already, because I'm holistic and I'm not afraid to cover realistic and live topics. But they did it to me over on TikTok, y'all. I mean, I got banned from TikTok. And I never cussed, never talked about anything. Well, I did used to go into my past. But I was mainly educating about hydration, and they didn't like that at all, because hydration is how you live well, you know. And they banned me. They started violating my live videos, because over on TikTok I have like 20,000 people joining my lives, which I've done here on this platform as well. But they started violating my lives, and I would be talking, and then all of a sudden my live would just stop, and then they would give me this red message that said that I violated their community guidelines. So I would try to look into things. Like, I'm very comprehensive, so I tried to file an appeal, and they accepted my appeal, but then they came back and was like, nah, we reviewed your video and we still feel that it violated our community guidelines. Then I started pressing them. What exactly did I say? Because I don't really cuss like some people beyond social media sounding off. I don't do all that. So it was like, what exactly was I saying that violated your community guidelines? They never told me. So they never wanted me to correct myself, because if you don't tell me what I'm doing, how am I supposed to change, right? So eventually I got enough violations from my videos that they banned. Because of that, they ended up banning my channel. So deuces. So then I started this YouTube channel. Um, so yeah, and it's because I'm holistic. If I said I was a natural stylist, oh, I'd have thousands of views, thousands of likes, because those individuals really don't possess the knowledge, and those individuals are not really doing what's right to the hair. They're distracting us by giving us styles that prevent us from doing our hair every day. That's not the best thing for us to be done to do, and it actually causes problems long term. So these platforms are more about making sure that we're not elevating and we're not getting smarter. And this is kind of what I don't like about YouTube. Plus, the money is slow. So I'm thinking about shifting and doing me a podcast. Uh, you're right, Beauty. We're living in a world where lies is the truth. Most people are lying instead of telling the truth. We're also living in a time where there's more individuals that are faking more than being real. So it is a weird time, Beauty, of definitely a weird time. But I too suffered from anger for a long time. I mean, I used to fight all the time. Oh, that's another topic I can't talk about, because they view this as a topic that you can't discuss on this platform. So this is why I've written a book. It has not been published yet, but I did put it all in the book about all the things that happened to me in my adolescence. Yes, the world needs to have you on a podcast on a lot of different levels. I can talk about being in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell. Let's jump the tracks real quick. I got stories. That's why I'm best to be a host on a podcast. But I got so many people that I know that say they're starting one or have one, but you really aren't having guests, right? You got to have some bread under your belt as a podcast host to be able to fly people to you or get people in your community to be a guest. Because the best podcast is having somebody else to question and then them share their story, right? So I would love to be on a what's called on a real podcast because I got mad stories. Um, I've been cheated on before by a husband. You know what I'm saying? Look, the one I was married to, he did the most. Have y'all ever had y'all's husband? Y'all decide to rent your house out to a Section 8 tenant and then he moves back in with the Section 8 girl? Who does that? Mine did. We were supposed to just be separated, but you done moved back into our house and you sleeping with the girl that I selected as the Section 8 tenant. So I did a Jody. I got drunk because this was back. Listen, women are messy. So my neighbor called me because she knew that he had returned to the house because the whole block knew that I had moved out, that we were separating. Okay. So my neighbor next door, because our kids played on the same football team, yeah, no, decides to call me one day because women are so messy. So she was like, "Ooh, I'ma tell Tanya," because everybody that knows me back then knew that I was about it. I'm bringing a storm. So she knew what she was doing to trigger me, and she calls me to be catty, to ask me, because that's how women will start out some mess, is by asking you questions. You know about such and such? Are you doing such and such? So she calls me and was like, Tanya, are y'all doing some work on the house next door? I'm telling her, like, no, we wrapped up the work. I'm thinking she don't know. So I'm like, we rented it out to a Section 8 girl. She was like, I've met her. Oh, okay, all right. So then she's like, I was just calling to ask because I'm like, what business is it of yours? Why you gonna help pay for the repairs? She was like, I was just wondering, like, are y'all doing some work on the house or something? So I'm like, no, so I tell her the work is done. We've got a tenant in there. We did have to do some work to get the house approved for Section 8. Cause he's over there every night and it'd be late too. So I was just wondering that maybe he's over there doing some work. And at this time, him and I were trying to work our marriage out, but he thought he was slick by coming to my house because I had bought another house. I've owned 3 houses in my time. Some of y'all have not even bought one, but I've owned 3. So I realized, like, whoa. I got a problem on my hands. You know what I'm saying? So I then realized, there has been a couple nights he been MIA. And now it's starting to kind of dawn on me, like, I wonder where he is going, where he has been. So I'm holistic. I'm gonna do the research. So I decided to drive by my house. And I'd be darned if his truck wasn't in, and he was hiding it. He had it pulled all the way up on the side of the garage because you could see our houses from the avenue. You could see the house and the driveway from the avenue. So I decided to drive on by and I couldn't believe it. His vehicle was there. Oh, I was hot. Oh, I was hot. You talk about anger resurfacing. But I decided I'm gonna set him up. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me read the. You are right. I'm just starting out, but I believe it'll grow, and I would love to fly you out. This is a must. There is a demand on this that the Lord will catch and will perform this. I'm trying to get like you. What you mean, King? What you mean? Get like me. You are getting like me. You're already in motion. Man, so let me finish the story. So I go home. And mind you, I drove by at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night because he was slick. He was being slick and only going over there to goose her and stay the night. And then I guess he would get up and leave in the mornings. Okay. So after I drove by and I done caught him there, I called the neighbor back And I told her, I just verified the information. And I need you to do me a favor, is what I told her. I said, do me a favor, and I want you to call me as soon as he leaves in the morning, because I'm coming back to get my husband, and I'm going to let her know that she messing with a married man. All right? She was like, oh, because she messy. So she was like, Tanya's coming to get it. So I decided to sit up all night and drunk. I killed that whole fifth of Crown. Okay. Because I don't know about y'all, but that alcohol used to have me feeling strong, strong. If I drank alcohol, I feel like I can throw my Tahoe across the street. That's how empowered alcohol used to have me feeling. I have a crazy story too. Some of these men at about Jack King, I already know. We could probably touch bases, and I'm gonna give you the game on how we handle these men, and I'm gonna have them thinking that you the best thing out here, because it's game out here. Man, so I go back home and I sit up. I don't get no sleep because I done sat up all night hitting this crown because I'm getting my courage together and I'm getting my words together and, like what outfit I'm gonna wear, making sure in case we fight, my hair ain't down. I'm making all these proper preparations. I get the call, and it was early. It was like 6:30 a.m. She calls, and she was like, I just heard his truck leave because he had one in type of motor, so you can always hear him coming up the block. She was like, he just left. So I told her, I'm on my way. She was like, okay. So I drove over there. I get out my car, mind you, she done told everybody else on the block. So I got like 3 households in they curtains and in they blinds watching me because they like, ooh, Tanya is back at the house, right? So I'm drunk, mind you. I ain't in my right mind. I done killed the whole bottle of Crown and it's kicking in. So I go do a Jody. Wait, I tried to ring the doorbell, but she tried to act like she wanted to ignore me. So I decided to do a Jody and I started kicking my door. Mind you, this is my house. Okay. Mine. So she wouldn't come to the door. I think she was scared because of the way I showed up, because I was rah and out front. So I think she was a little scared. So she wouldn't come out. So I kept telling her, I'm not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be out here all day. I don't have no clients today. So I'm going to stay. You got to go somewhere. So I think I sat on the porch at one point because I told her, I'm just loud mouthing her. You going to have to come out. You going to have to come. You going to have to come out this house. So I'm sitting and I'm just loud mouthing her. And I bet you don't know you in here sleeping with a married man and all this stuff, right? Finally, I hear the door clicking. So I'm like ready to roll up my sleeves because I'm just knowing we about to do an old school 1 and 2. I was ready. She comes out in this pretty robe out of my house. And I then had to ask her, you remember me? Because I'm the one that got you approved for this house. So she wasn't very vocal. She's like, yeah, I remember you. So I was like, oh, well, I thought that I would let you know. You realize you over here sleeping with my husband. And she was like, husband? Like, yeah, like he's married. And she didn't know that because married men love to cheat. They do. And they love to lie, and they're not very honest about their marital status. So he done lied to the little Section 8 girl, and she thinking that she got her a free and clear man, which is why she was confused as to why his wife is at my door. You know what I'm saying? So she starts chatting. Mind you, I'm drunk. So, when you drunk, talking mess, and you ain't really paying attention. And she's just standing there watching me. She then says to me, you sure you want your husband back? Type of question is that, right? Like, do you not see me on this doorstep of yours? You know what I'm saying? Ready to 1 and 2 with you? She was like, because I don't know if you know or not, but your husband is out here making all kind of lifelong commitments. So I'm like, I ain't that drunk. What did you just say? And she was like, yeah, did you know your husband's out here making lifelong commitments? So I'm looking at her belly like, what, you pregnant? And she goes, oh no, boo. She called me boo. No, boo, it ain't me. It ain't you. So she goes, no, her name's Lydia. Oh, I didn't mean to say her name. She tells me her name. And I know this young lady that is friends with this other young lady who is the woman of his best friend. So I'm like, what? And then guess what happened next? Guess what happened next, y'all? Guess. Anybody want to know or can guess what happened next? Here comes Mark. Oh, I didn't mean to say his name. Here comes my husband at the time coming back up the street. Because later on I find out, oh, yep, you called him when I was doing the Jody on the door. You was on the phone with him talking about your wife is at my door because she knew about me. And some of these females out here just disgust me. They are so tacky and tasteless because you know he got a woman, you know he's married, and you still letting him in your house, you still goosing him, and you know he's married. Shame on who? Because it should be the woman checking that man, talking about, you're married. You ain't got no business with me. You need to go back to your wife. But females of the world today, they think that that's sexy. Oh, he got a wife? Oh, I'm going to really mess with him now. So I'm now standing here feeling real stupid. Is the emotion you go through when you realize, dang, not only is my husband sleeping, done moved back into our house and is sleeping with the Section 8 tenant, you got another broad pregnant. Oh, I mean, another woman. We used to call women broads. You got another woman pregnant? So here he comes up the street. So I'm really on one now. I'm hurt. I'm embarrassed. I'm confused. So he pulls up, busted, is what he realized like, oh my God, my wife and my side chick are getting into it. So he comes and gets out the truck. And guess what he did? Guess what he did? After he pulled up and got out the truck and sees her and I engaged in a conversation. Guess what he did? He socked me in my face. I couldn't believe it. You talk about didn't see it coming. Bam! Like, whoa! Whoa! And my husband had never put his hands on me. We had been together 13 years at this point. You ain't never put your hands on me? Oh, yeah, because he had got caught. Oh, yeah. Now, mind you, remember, I got 3 households in the blinds watching, because now I'm sure they had went and got tea, coffee, wine, everything watching, because Mario done pulled up too, and Tanya's still over there tripping. He socked me in my face. Go figure. I even stumbled. No, I think I attacked him, and we tussled. But my neighbor, she was married, so his husband decided to come out and get involved because they all watched him sock me like that. Because you cheating and because you got caught. So now I got all this on my back and on my helmet now, y'all. I find out you done moved back in our house. You're sleeping. You're goosing the Section 8 tenant. How low can you go? Then I find out from her that you got this other broad pregnant. Oh, wait. Before he socked me, we did have a conversation because that's how I ended up getting socked. He didn't just get out the car and walk right up and sock me. I started questioning him because I think the first thing I asked him when I seen him, because he seen my face, I said, "So you got a baby on the way?" And you know what this man said to me? You know what he said to me? I mean, most men deny it. No, it ain't mine. He gonna tell me, and the way he did it, that's what it's looking like. So I think I pushed him. I think I did put my hands on him first because I'm so hurt. So then the neighbor, he comes out because we're tussling and breaks it up. And it was at that point, I think I was threatening to kill him. Oops, I didn't mean to say that, you two, but I was threatening real bad. I remember wanting to call the homies and tell them that he had put hands on me and just tell the old Crips, the OG Crips, that he was a blood and that he had put hands on me because I was an OG and I've always had clout and respect with the, you know what I'm saying, with the homies here. I started to call my father. I don't call the police, so I never thought to call the police. I just wanted revenge. But it was that night that I realized that I was further angered. This increased the anger that I was already struggling with inside of me. And you know how they call women angry black women? I was her. I was definitely her. I probably could have worked out my marriage. He knows this to this day. We'd still be married had he not had that baby. I could have got past him goosing the Section 8, moving back into our house and goosing the Section 8 woman every other night when he wasn't with me. But it added beauty to my anger. It didn't make it better. It made it worse. And I spiraled into a world of depression after that, because I really didn't know how to come from it. Hi, Moksha, greetings. I didn't really know how to come away from that. I'm still legally married to you. Now we got to deal with this baby. And then let me tell y'all what happened, because I'm still married. It ain't like I ran to the courthouse and got a divorce. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's so agonizing when you realize you've married somebody that's cheating on you. That is the worst realization that anybody can have in a marriage. Because at that point, you're like, whoa, I know I should leave him, but you're married. We have 2 houses at this point, 4 vehicles. I got a child by you. So you're not just trying to go and undo it and dissolve the marriage, right? So we tried to work it out. But things got real complicated because his baby mama decided to get arrested in California and went into labor and had the baby in jail. So my husband finds himself having to fly to California to take custody of an infant, a brand new newborn. Ain't this getting deep? And brought it back to Denver. So I tried to be a stepmother. I mean, I thought about it and it was like, maybe this is my fault. Maybe if I hadn't never left him, moved out the house because I was mad, maybe, yeah, it gets real deep. Maybe, just maybe this baby wouldn't be here, you know? Because one thing I do coach and counsel married women about, don't you leave your husband if you're not out of love with him. If you still love him, you better stay present because these men will move on, baby. They don't care. And I then share my story. Don't be like me and think you leaving because you trying to teach your husband a lesson and you trying to punish, thinking you got pussy power. Don't be me, because he just gonna go run and get some more coochie. It don't have to be yours. Men don't care. Men just want to hold to stick it in. They're not emotionally attached to their shaboing boing like we are. I don't know about y'all ladies, but I got some type of connection to my shaboing boing, to my heart. So when the sex comes into play, I'm involved up here too. Men ain't like that. Men can goose all day, every day, and not have no type of feeling for the individual. Me and my, you talking about me and my ex-husband? Huh? Um, because the run of the story is me and my ex-husband, we're best friends now. Yeah, we talk all the time. See, we were young back then too. I'm telling you about things that was going on in my 30s. I'm 50 now. So this was stuff that happened like 25 years ago. You feel me? Things were different. Things were different back then. Um, so we both took a step back because one thing we decided to do, Vaughn, that a lot of men and women don't seem to be able to do is we decided to co-parent for our son. My son was very young when we divorced, and I didn't want my son growing up without a father, and I didn't want to be angry at the father like I was with my first two kids, because my first two kids, they did not grow up around their father. And I saw the effects of that by the time they got up into being a teenager. So I didn't want that for my third child. So I kind of went to him and was like, we need to just squash all of this and we need to just be good parents for our son. And that's exactly what we did. I mean, he remarried. He went and remarried his first baby mama. Who does that? The whole family, we was all like, wait, he did what? He's with who? But we're friends to this day because we realized that we made mistakes, right? But we've both grown and we've both matured. And through our co parenting, we were able to get over all of that because I mean, I think I'm one of the strongest women alive because I was not emotionally attached like that. Me and his wife, which was my stepdaughter's mom, it was real weird how he messed up the whole family circle. But we would sit. My son, when he got up into high school, was doing all type of crazy stuff. My ex-husband would bring his current wife and we'd all be sitting in there together. You feel me? Because see, I wanted to make sure that my son understood that he had a village and not just a mother, you know what I'm saying, or not just a father. We were all in it together. So that's the run of the story for me with what happened with me and my husband. So I tell ladies like, don't be leaving your husband unless you really don't love him no more, because he just might move on real quick and start a whole nother family on you. And then you're gonna have to be dealing with the baby. Because let me tell you what happened. So he brings this newborn back to Denver. And I tried to be a stepmother. I tried to be the fake mom because I'm knowing like the mom is locked up. Like that's crazy. So this poor baby don't have no boob to feed off of, nothing. Like, whoa, right? So I began feeling sorrow for this baby. So I told my husband at the time, bring the baby to me because you don't know how to take care of an infant child. You know what I'm saying? And he really was struggling with the baby. So I thought maybe this will be a good way to be viewed as a good wife to him. So in my toxic mindset, I decided I'm going to be this baby's fake mom. I did. So I told him, bring the baby to me. He did. And I'm doing hair. I had already bought my third house and I had already set up shop, made the whole half of the basement into my salon. So I'm letting him know I still can keep the baby while I'm doing hair. I did it with our child, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is nothing new. So bring me the baby. And you all, let me tell y'all something. That was a very uncomfortable feeling. And I every time I would see the baby, I had all these ill emotions because I knew it wasn't my baby. And the baby was cute too, super cute. But I knew that this child came from adultery. You know what I'm saying? My husband had committed adultery. And so, based on my original morale with my spirituality, that was a no no. So, I'm in this real uncomfortable space and started realizing I didn't want to get attached to somebody else's child because I knew that eventually this woman is going to get released and she's going to want to come and get her baby. And I don't want to be in the shoes of an individual being ripped from a child. Listen, I experienced that as a young girl. My father remarried. Remember, I told y'all about how my mom rebounded, my dad rebounded too, but he got married. He remarried, and the woman he remarried, she had adopted two kids. So when I first met her, she had her real older sons, but then she had took in these two twins. I think they were a set of twin boys. Of course, I thought they were her children until this time came up where the mother of these children moms decide after so many years they want their kids back. So that's what happened to my stepmom, and it tore her apart. I can start crying now. I'll never forget that day, y'all, because she knew the people were coming, but she didn't want to let go because she had Gabrielle and Sean for years. So this was like a part of our family. But this woman decided to jump up all of a sudden and want her kids back and called human services to go get them. So the people show up to come take the boys from my stepmother, and they cried. Oh my God, that was horrible. So back to the origin, me seeing that happen to my stepmom, I didn't want that happening to me. I'm a wise woman. So if I see something happen to somebody else, I'm not about to, and I didn't like the result, I'm going to assume that that's going to happen to me too. So I'm not going to do it too. So I decided this ain't working. And it was so uncomfortable. I'm like, this is so messed up. I am married. We don't live together because remember I told you I bought another house, and um my home, my previous home, was rented out by old girl. She's still living there. He had decided to go move in with some woman that he decided to call his mom, which was not his real mother. But it wasn't like that, it was a real mother figure for him. um I, at this point, didn't know what to do. I'm like, this is jacked up. Like, I don't know. I didn't want to all of a sudden be married again, but I was afraid to be the one to file the divorce. So I started praying. And this is also when I started becoming in tune with my spirituality. I had a spiritual coach that was in my chair, Miss Marion, RIP. And she really started saying things to me like, Tanya, you have to embrace the results of your choices. And one of the results of my choice was getting mad and leaving and moving out the house. You don't do that as a wife. You don't do that as a wife. If you're angry with your husband, you just go to the basement or something. Go sleep outside in the garage in your car or something, or not in the garage, but go to your mom's house and catch a couch for a minute. But you do not do a full-fledged move out like I did. If you call yourself trying to like teach your husband or your wife or your spouse a lesson, it don't work 9 times out of 10 because men will move on. They're not about to sit and like live life without you. They're going to try to replace you and move on. So I now will tell people, be careful of the choices you make because there's results to everything. So Beauty, I would love, as you see, to be on a podcast with you. But to be honest with you, it is now 7:30 a.m. I've been on here now 2 hours and 32 minutes. I thank you so much for joining me. Um, Thank you, Miss K, for your order. If you all haven't already, my link is at the bottom. I've just launched my mentorship packages. I'm grateful to God. I already got 4 that have scheduled consultations with me. I also have just launched individual sales of my water beauty solution on my site, which I will be dropping my price here in a few months. So it's going to be real affordable for anybody to buy this amazing product for me. I realize I got beside myself making the price way too high, and now it's not really affordable. So I'm going to scale back my price points and make it more affordable and more accessible for the world to obtain and to use this amazing product. You also will be able to you can purchase my amazing holistic body cream. It's a little different. It's not a butter, so it's not thick. It's more of a cream, and it smells so good. Also, on that link, you also can see that you can either register for my Holistic Scalp Detox trainings, excuse me, or you also can purchase my masterclass, my first masterclass. It's only $99, and it teaches you how to conduct a blowout, a hydration blowout, without the use of conditioner, no heat protectant, and no round brush. Thank you, Beauty. I will be ordering from. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. And I will be live. So all of you can catch me again tomorrow morning. Oh, and listen up. Everybody listen up. I now have a schedule. We finally have figured it out. So because I'm so busy with my clients, because I got clients booking, that is not one of my problems, which is one of the main things that these ladies, I think, need me to mentor them on. They want to make over six figures like I do, and they're not nowhere near that yet. So it is my pleasure to help them with that, to get up here where I am. So I have launched those as well. So I have everything you need in that link below. So thank you so much for joining me. I had a good time this morning. Thanks for listening to me. Miss K, shout out. Welcome to the tribe. All the new followers, welcome to the tribe. Excello, hi. Welcome to the tribe. I pray that you all have a blessed Sunday. Oh, I was talking about the schedule. I will be on live Sunday mornings and Monday mornings. Then we take a break throughout the week, and then my team uploads videos. I'm not sure if you just saw my Marcel video as well as my trim video, listening to how clients be complaining about these stylists out here and the lack of quality and the lack of result that they're getting from other stylists. I have a client that was sharing all of that with me. So those videos get uploaded on Fridays and Saturdays, okay? And then you all can expect to see me here live from my home on Sunday mornings. And then I'm going to be going live from my mother's home tomorrow morning because it'll be session 2 for her. She's very intrigued and very shocked, actually. She now knows her daughter knows how to reverse hair loss because I've reversed hers as well. So if any of you are suffering with hair loss, I'm just like all these other, you know what I'm saying, hair clinics out here. You got to fly to me. And I need 4 sessions really to get your scalp fully detox because I can't do it in one session. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. I loved hanging out with you all. Thanks for liking, those of you that have liked my video. Thank you for liking my video. It does help YouTube to know that I am doing something half-ass all right. All righty. So I love you all, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow. Deuces. Bye.